In literature, film, and other forms of storytelling, the villain is a character who embodies evil in opposition to the protagonist. This figure is essential to the narrative, providing conflict and driving the plot forward. Villains come in various forms, from the cunning and manipulative to the physically overpowering, and their motivations can range from revenge and greed to sheer malice. A true villain is often characterized by traits that evoke fear or contempt. They may possess a high degree of intelligence, which they use for nefarious purposes, or they might wield significant power that they exploit to dominate others. Villains typically lack empathy and are willing to harm others to achieve their goals. Their actions are often calculated and methodical, making them formidable adversaries. In martial arts cinema, this definition is coupled with skills that demonstrate martial mastery in fists, kicks, and weaponry, along with the desire and passion to use them. The question is, who is the best at this craft of villainy? Let's find out together.
We are here. We are live at the greatest Kung Fu villain of all time tournament. I am your humble, highly favored host, OG Ant, aka the Lone Wolf. I am here. Thank you all for being here. We truly appreciate you. I got a group of people with me today, some of the best there is in the business to talk martial arts and Kung Fu movie fandom. I got my man, 10 grand, Tony Robles. What's up, T?
How's it going, guys? It's a pleasure to be here. I'm super excited, super pumped for this tournament, and to have this incredible panel in front of us in this live feed. Wow, it can't get any better than this. I'm definitely looking forward to this. Thank you all for being here.
We glad to have you. Glad to have you. My man, 10 grand, Dan de Blasio.
Man, I'm so pumped and excited to be here at that first tournament with the best kung fu movie of all time. We're here for the second tournament. We're gonna rip it. We're gonna rock it. We're gonna kill it. We're gonna have a great time, and I just can't wait. I'm pumped up and excited, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And the kid from Kwantung, DK in the building.
Hey everybody, I'll be doing the tally count for the tournament as we go in order to get the results all collected.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Sifu Kwanzi is in the house. What's up, Sifu?
What's happening, guys? Glad to be here. Do another round with you guys. This should be a lot of fun. That's villains. Let's see what's happening.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we have a new panelist that we added to the show. She is Jade Mystica herself, the hidden master. Hello, Jade. How are you?
Hello, I'm doing good. Thank you.
Good. She is a wealth of knowledge. She is welcome. So glad to have her on the show. I want to thank you all again for being here. I want to thank you all out there for being here. People in the chat. Shout out to Half Stuntman, Taxologist, GG. So far, those are people that are in. We'll allow those to catch up to us. But let me explain to you all how it's going to go today. So basically, we listed 32 of our favorite martial artists. I'm sure that there's going to be some martial artists out there, actor, who didn't make it onto the list. That happens just like in a regular college tournament, right? Sometimes your team doesn't make it into the field of 64. That's just the way it is, right? But we picked 32 of who we feel are some of the best, right? The creme de la creme, the cream of the crop, right? And what we're going to do is we went through our little raffle basket and we pulled names, and all we did was we chose 4 that are our number 1 seeds. So we have Huang Lieh, I believe Feng, maybe Johnny Wang Lung Wei, and I want to say Lo Lai, perhaps you could correct me if I'm wrong, as the number 1 seeds. And then we filtered in all the rest of the characters, and we're going to do a battle, right? So we're going to bring up characters, and along with our wonderful panel who's going to be talking this through and arguing and debating who's who. Also, you get to vote. Also, you out there, you get to vote, and we're going to tally up the votes at the end of each match, and we'll do single elimination until we whittle this thing down to number 1. So is everybody ready to go? Everybody good?
Let's do it.
All right.
Yes, sir. Let's go for it.
All right. So
Let's do it.
So let me go ahead and bring up what I need to bring up real quick. Oh, I'm so nervous.
Hey, you got Bruce Lee behind you protecting you, brother. You're all good.
Hey, there's my guy right there. He's back in the building.
He's in the back. He's got your back big time.
Hey, that's $1,000 lesson that I got from that, man. I'm never knocking him over again. Never. Oh my God.
That's a dope
All
statue.
Right. Yeah. Very happy with it. All right, let's get this popping real quick here.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Looks like 8 people so far, including chat.
All good. We ain't pocket watching. We ain't watching. Doesn't matter. We here.
No. I'm talking about for the tally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, people don't vote until we start talking. We ain't. All right.
People are excited.
I see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, this looks good. Everybody can see that?
Yes, sir.
Yep. Yes, sir.
All right. So let's get started. Here we go. All right. As you can see again, here is our 32 character single elimination. As I said, as far as number 1 seeds, we got Huang Lieh, we got Feng. I was right. We had Lieh. We got Johnny Wang Long Wei as our number 1 seeds. But anybody can win, as we saw in our last tournament. I'm sure some people didn't think that Chinese Super Ninja was deserved number 1 winner of the tournament, but sometimes that's just the way things go. Certainly wasn't the one that I picked. I had 8 diagram pole fighters, but hey, it is what it is. So let's see what happens. Here we go. Round 1. Let's get it. First villain face-off is Huang Lieh versus Gam Ming. The tale of the tape. Huang Lieh, number of films, 66. Wow, that seems kind of low. His notable movies, Invincible Armor, Secret Rivals, Drunken Master, Snake in the Eagle Shadow, Hitman in the Hand of Buddha, and countless others, versus Gam Ming, who's done a paltry 44 films. His notable movies, 7 Steps of Kung Fu, or Kung Fu of 7 Steps, depending on which version you have, Shaolin Invincible Sticks, Fatal Needles versus Fatal Fists, Dragon Fists, and The Guy with Secret Kung Fu. All right. What you guys got? Who wants to go? Tony, what you got?
I mean, I don't think it's even close. I think you definitely have to go with Wang Lieh. I always call them Wang Lieh because that's how they wrote their names in the movies when I watch the movies in New York City in the theaters in the 80s. I love Gam Ming. I think he's always been a great villain. I think I really loved him in The Hot, the Cool, and the Vicious. I thought he was pretty awesome there. I thought he was great in Fatal Needles, Fatal Fists, but I feel that Wang Lieh was in a completely different level. I mean, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people agree that he might be the greatest kicker of all the martial arts films. That's arguable, but not by much. But I have to pick Wang Lieh for this one. I think his resume speaks for itself.
Okay, nice. All right, let's bring in Jade. Jade, what are you thinking?
Of course, I'm gonna have to go with Wang Lieh as well. He's the king of kicks. He's one of my all-time favorite. Not the, but one of the all-time. He's always guaranteed to give that high energy villain feeling. You know, he always wanted to be that role. So, like I said, his techniques really, really good. To me, there's no comparison. So Wang Lieh for my votes. Nice.
And don't think we don't see that Scorpion 5 Deadly Venom mask in the background.
Yeah, that's dope.
That's what's up. Oh my
That is
God.
dope. That is
we gotta
dope.
talk because I want to know where you got it from or if you made it. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it last event.
Wow. Nice. All right. Let's go with Dan. Dan, what are you thinking?
Wang Lieh is a top tier martial artist, top tier villain. just top tier everything. I mean, when I first saw him in Snake and Eagle Shadow with Jackie, and I was blown away then. And then everything I've seen with him after that,
Okay.
he's been an amazing performer, kicker, just everything in his background, and he is still performing and practicing to this day. So, and I think he just wrote a book in Korea. I think he's Korean. So, this is no contest for me. This is Wang Lieh. He is a top tier villain in martial arts films.
Okay. Can I go real quick?
Sure, my friend. Yes, sir.
What I'm gonna take liberties. I'm gonna go. So, I mean, again, I know some people probably have some preconceived notions about who's gonna win. Clearly, he deserves to be a number one seed, and just like Duke in a normal like basketball tournament back in the days when it was Duke or North Carolina or one of those big name schools, you knew that they were going to destroy like a smaller school like a Oregon, right? Same thing here, right? Gan Ming is cool. One of my favorite movies I like him in is Mysterious Footworks of Kung Fu, where he plays Shrimp, which is what I drew this off of. So it's like shrimp and crab, and he's like, he doesn't like his suit to get dirty. And while he's fighting, and that's kind of his weakness. So when dude took a bunch of cow shit and rubbed it on his hands and was like, he was like, no, don't touch me. Oh, I love that. That was fantastic. I like him. I think he's a fantastic, I'm gonna use this phrase, supporting bad guy. He's like a supporting actor. He typically doesn't play the main baddie. He's normally like a henchman or something like that. Is this the gentleman, by the way? His other name is Tommy Lieh. Is that this guy? Does anyone know?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
I think he has another name. I think he was called Tommy Lieh. If someone gets a chance to look that up.
I've seen people refer to him.
DK, if you get a chance, can you check that out for me?
Yeah, that might be his English name, yeah, that's his English name.
And I used to always think, when I was growing up, I always confused Tommy Lieh with Dong Wang Tao. I always used to think that Dong Wang Tao was Tommy Lieh, but actually I think it's Gan Ming, if I'm not mistaken. And let me just wrap this up real quick by saying Huang Lieh is the truth, right? He's the truth. He's got the menacing look. He's got the look. Like if you see him in the alley, you're like, nah, I'm gonna go this way, right? He's got the look, and he's got one of the most incredible kicks I've ever seen. I saw him kick 3 people, 3 in a single kick in a movie. It was a running, but he got a little bit of a running start, but he kicked 3 people in a movie. And I was like, now I was completely sold. I can't even remember which movie that was. But he kicked 3 people in a movie. And I think that was Hell Windstaff.
He did that in 2 movies, actually. That and Secret Rivals 2.
He loves Secret Rivals also. Okay.
He loves that kick where he's like going across multiple people.
Yeah, he's basically running across them, kicking them.
Yeah.
So he's legendary. And a lot of people sleep on his weapon skills. He's got weapon skills too. Hell Windstaff, Tiger over Wall. I mean, he's got some goods. So for me, for this one, you could put me down, Huang Lieh. Quasi, what you got?
Yes, sir. Listen, Gan Ming, cool in Dragon Fist. I haven't seen him in that many other movies, but listen, it's just it's going to be one of those things where Wang Lieh is just the skill set. I mean, the guy was a Taekwondo master, man. I think he even trained. He was an instructor in the Korean Army for Taekwondo. And the skills obviously show on screen. Invincible Armor is one of my favorite movies. Yeah, so I'm following suit on this one just because the skill set's just too high. There's no way to deny that Wang Lieh. He's the number one seed in your thing for a reason, in your tournament for a reason. There you go.
What you got, DK?
Also, Huang Lieh. He's just so iconic. The only thing I remember Gan Ming from, like I've probably seen him in some other roles, but his most notable role for me was from Mysterious Footworks of Kung Fu. And while his like character portrayal was pretty dynamic, because he went from smooth to like scared of dirt and poop to like angry when his clothes got messed up. Like it was fun seeing his performance. But Huang Lieh is just so much more memorable. I just think he's more skilled. One of my favorite villains, especially like in Invincible Armor, is just a top-notch act.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. So
yeah,
that's what's
that's my
up.
pick.
Okay. Nice. So, I mean, it sounds, I'm looking in the chat and I see one vote for Tommy Lee. That's from It's a Boy. He says it's Tommy Lee. Oh, he's saying it's Tommy Lee. Tommy Lee is Gan-Ming.
No,
Okay,
it's your
good.
boy. His first pick was Huang Lieh.
Okay. So I think it's unanimous.
Right.
All right.
You do have H. Rich sneaking in. Tan Tiao Lang is being the better kicker.
Okay, but this is a villains tournament, so we can talk about this one time. All right, so here we go. Next round. You have Liu Feng versus Pern Gang. The tale of the tape. Liu Feng, number of films, 50. Again, that seems strange that he only did 50 films. His notable movies, Five Deadly Venoms, Invincible Shaolin, Crippled Avengers, Kid with the Golden Arm, Magnificent Ruffians. I could go on. Masked Avengers. Just there's so many movies that he was in. Shaolin Temple, so forth and so on. It's a Shaw Brothers legend. And then you have Pern Gang. Pern Gang has done 39 movies. That's not a lot by martial arts cinema standards. But his most notable movies, he's in Spiritual Kung Fu, Invincible Kung Fu Legs. He was in Mission Kiss and Kill, The Mars Villa, and The Guy with Secret Kung Fu. I don't know about you all, but for me, I think his most memorable spot was in Invincible Kung Fu Leg, where he essentially played two characters. He played both brothers of the ground kick school. Is one of my favorite movies. Spiritual Kung Fu, he was like a sidekick character to the bad guy, to James Tien. So he didn't get a lot of shine there. But Mission Kiss and Kill, he was okay. Again, this is another one of those ones where like a number one seed is, as much as that character for me is memorable. I'm thinking I gotta give it to Liu Feng. Also, Liu Feng is like my spirit animal. Like it's my hope. It's my hope and dream to someday like actually meet him. So yeah, I mean, we talking about. So I don't want to hog up the whole mic, but we're talking about someone who, again, acrobatic, can fight, absolutely legendary when you put a weapon in his hand. I mean, he's absolutely dope. So for me, this is hands down Liu Feng. I'm gonna toss it over to Jade. Jade, what are you thinking?
I'm gonna have to go with my boy Kufang for many reasons. Of course, the talent. He's a great villain, no doubt about it. Whenever he walks on the scene, you know it's gonna be trouble. He's a good director. He's a good, choreography director. He's got so much more talent, and his films. He just brings a lot of good energy to the fight scenes. He's a really good villain, and he's definitely has my vote.
And you've I mean, I hope I'm not putting you on blast, but you actually met him, right? You know him personally, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, we got to talk, girl. we gotta talk. We gotta talk over some Chinese plum wine, sweet premium. All right, Dan, what you got, D?
I mean, for the man who always looks like he's pissed off, always looks like he's mad, always looks like he's got vengeance on his mind. Liu Feng is just a badass villain, Venom. You know, I love him in Crippled Avengers and Massive Avengers. He's just so good in those roles, and he just eats the scenery. He's just a great menacing character on screen. You know, he just got those cheek muscles, and he always looks like he's mad and he wants revenge and he wants to just beat your butt. So, you know, you gotta. I love the other guy too. He's good in Lake Fire. He's great. You know, I'm not familiar with his name, but he's a good actor and he's a good villain. But when you come to this first round with these first picks, it's going to be hard not to take the first pick. You know, so yeah. I'm going Liu Feng on this round.
Yeah, for sure. Quasi, what you got?
Pern gang, man. Come on, dude. Invincible Kung Fu legs. I mean, man, that's my joint.
Man, that's
my
one of my
God.
favorite
I
movies.
told you guys last tournament that that's the movie that really made me want to be a better kicker. So that performance does stand out. However, listen, it's just like Tony said, we can't ignore the fact that these guys are top tier on your list for a reason. Liu Feng, it's just the body of work is just so much bigger. As much as I love to give Pern Gang some more love, Master Avengers, Kid with the Golden Arm, I mean, but not even just the movies. Like Jade was saying, his skills, and you would mention too, and his acrobatic skills are phenomenal, but his weapon skills, he's one of the few dudes I've seen on screen actually use the Kwon Do proficiently. And for those that don't know, the Kwon Do is like the big staff with the knife at the end of it.
Yep.
That weapon is hard to actually work when you're doing it reality wise in Kung Fu. And there's only a few forms that I know with it, but every time I use a Kwon Do, I get why people are like the bigger dudes that work that weapon. So that being said, just martial arts skills and is the acting talent and the presence as a villain. I'm going Liu Feng. It just is what it is.
All right, I'm gonna put some pressure. I'm gonna put some pressure on my seed. You better get this one right. You better get this one right, Cub.
Yeah, it's obvious. This is Liu Feng for me. I feel like this is an unfair matchup, honestly.
Yeah.
Putting him against Pern Gang. I like Pern Gang in Invincible Kung Fu Legs, but I haven't seen much of his work outside of that. But yeah, Liu Feng for me, he's just a legend. Iron Flag, Crippled Avengers, like Guy Hartso said. Just in Five Deadly Venom. So many good movies that I've seen in him. I think I almost feel like he was held back by the fact that he was typecast as a villain when he could have been in so many other roles as like a hero type character. So it was awesome seeing him in roles where he wasn't strictly a villain, like in Invincible Shaolin or in 10 Tigers of Kwangtung. It's just awesome seeing like what he could do even outside of the villain role. But of course, he knocks it out of the park as a villain. So much so that every time you see him, you just know, oh yeah, he's the bad guy.
Talk your talk, Cub. That's my son, y'all. That's my boy. You hear him talking? Sure.
So yeah,
I raised him right, y'all. I raised him right.
So yeah, it's Liu Feng for me. He just knocks it out of the park every time.
Nice. Follow that, Tony. Follow that.
I can tell you this. I don't blame you for being all gassed up over your boy because you did do a tremendous job with him.
Hey, it's gonna be you someday, man. It's gonna be you someday.
Yeah. But it's like DK said, I think this is an unfair matchup. Most of you know that I'm a professional pool player, but a lot of times the way we judge some of the best pool players in the world is whether or not they have an all-around game. Are they good at bank shots? Are they good at shot making? Are they good at 8-ball, 9-ball, 10-ball, straight pool? They have and I feel that Liu Feng has it all. He has the perfect look of a villain. He does weapons really well, acrobats, all types of styles. He's a director. He's a choreographer. I mean, it's not even close.
Hey man,
I mean, how can you beat something like that?
Hey man, and let me tell you something, man. That's why I love our subscribers. H Rich and the Guru, they real good at throwing quotes at you. The Guru, that's one of my favorite lines. That's one of my favorite lines in that movie.
Yeah.
He said, if I didn't think I could defeat your 3 special kicks, I wouldn't have come today. Oh, I love that line.
Yeah, that's right.
And what's the other line? What's the other line, Danny, that the other brother says at the beginning of the movie? What does he say?
You may be king of the north, but not here you ain't.
Not here you ain't. I love that.
The dub for that is so good.
It's a great line. All right. Okay. Again, number 1 seed. I think we can all agree that again, we're gonna give this one to Liu Feng. Okay.
Yeah, it was almost unanimous between what we said here and chat.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Let's see what's up. Next round. Johnny Wang Lung Wei versus James Chen. The tale of the tape. We've got Johnny Wang Lung Wei. Number of films. Okay, now you're talking. 95 movies. 95. That's pretty good. 95. His notable movies. I drew them from this picture I drew from Crippled Avengers. So you got Crippled Avengers, Kid with the Golden Arm, Martial Club. That fight scene is legendary. That end fight scene of Johnny Wang Lung Wei and Gordon Liu, it lives in my spirit. It's legendary. A legendary fight, right? The Master, where he's got the white hair and he's using his hair like a whip. I love that movie. Clan of the White Lotus and To Kill a Mastermind. James Tien, in my opinion, a very serviceable bad guy. Mostly would play opposite against Jackie Chan in quite a few movies. He's done 84 of them. Spiritual Kung Fu, which is what I drew this off of. The Big Boss, Fist of Fury, Iron Fisted Monk, Shaolin Plot, The Bone Crushing Kid. This is like a B-list sleeper, but I like that movie a lot. Fearless Hyena. I think in Fearless Hyena, he actually is playing Jackie Chan's father or uncle or grandpa in that that movie. Great. Again, I'm sorry, I'm going again. Sorry. A really great villain. A great villain. Sorry though, I gotta go Wang Lung Wei. I mean, if you've ever seen the movie Dirty Ho, y'all already know. You already know what I'm talking about then. And I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna go. Let's go to somebody else. Let's go to Tony. Tony, what you thinking, man?
It's not even close. It's not even close. I don't think that. I mean, listen, you're despicable. What do you expect from a criminal? Right? That's a classic line from With the Golden Arm, right?
Right.
I've never seen Johnny Wang Lei put on a bad performance. He's always been a bad, you know what, in every single film he's ever been in. He's very well versed in multiple styles, and I've never seen any style that he actually tried to implement in any film look horrible. He looks unbelievable. He looks fluid, graceful. I mean, you can't ask for better. And then the look that he has, I mean, I think I'm pretty sure he walks around with that look. That's just his regular look. You know, it's like you look at him, you said, "No, I don't want to mess with this guy." You know, and like you said, that last fight in Martial Club, one of the best of all time. I wish he would have been the one that did the split on the wall, but regardless, his martial arts were just unbelievable. So I got to go with Johnny Wang.
Wait, you breaking news? That he didn't do that split? That wasn't
Look
him?
at it. Look at it. Look at the guy's hair and everything when he does it. You'll see.
It was a stunt man?
Yep.
Oh, man, why you take that away from me, man? Oh, my God. Seafood, what you got, man?
Listen, Wang Lung Wei, it's just, you know, not only the body of work, but just, you know, his skills, man. So Crippled Avengers, I'm a fan. I mean, but here's one that I don't know if a lot of people have seen, the fight scene in Lion versus Lion when he's I forget, he's fighting the chick and he's got the blades. It's just, yeah, that's a badass fight, man. It's like, yeah, he's just so good. Yeah, there's just so many we can go through. James Chan, honorable mention, because but here's the deal: is a villain's cast, and every time I think of James Chan, unfortunately, I think of him in all the Bruce Lee movies where he's not a villain. So that kind of goes against him. And I know he's done a whole lot of movies that people don't even like realize he's in. He's been in movies with Jackie Chan. He was in Prodigal Son. But every time I see his face, I go right to freaking Big Boss and like, oh no, they pushing Bruce back. No, I got this. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, that's just like, you know, that's already like throwing him down a peg too. But yeah, right. So I'm just give it a Wong Lung Wei. Sorry.
Okay. DK, what you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the majority on this one. Wang Lung Wei. James Tien, I think he gets stronger honorable mention compared to the last couple of matchups because he's been in some of my favorite Jackie Chan movies growing up, like Spiritual Kung Fu, Fearless Hyena. I saw him more recently in Dragon Fist, but
he's got a dope cameo in Prodigal Son too. He's the guy who he broke his arm, so he's fighting with his other arm. That's a dope fight. It's like
his role is strong in that. But I'd say like just as a villain for a villain tourney, Wang Lung Wei just blows him out of the water. My favorite role from James Tien isn't even a villain. It's him as the grandpa in Fearless Hyena. I'm your master's master.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's no contest. No contest for me. Wang Lung Wei takes it.
Okay, that's what's up. Jay, what you got?
I'm gonna go with everybody. Johnny Wang is one of my all-time favorites. And I also have it tattooed right here My favorite
No.
thing about
Wait. Wait. Don't
Mhm.
just pass that up. Do you really?
Yeah, I have Wang Lee and
Oh.
and then I have
Oh.
Kid with the golden arm right here.
Oh my
That's
That's
sick.
God.
Ghostface Killer plate.
What?
That's awesome.
You got the Ghostface Killer plate on your arm? On your hand?
Awesome, Jade. That's pretty awesome.
Jade.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey Jade, I'm gonna
but-
say this. I never used to think that no one loved kung fu movies more than me. But I'm gonna say this: you love them more than me. You know why? Because I'm not putting no ink on my body of another person. Like, I mean, as much as I love them, that Huang Lieh picture, is that him in Dance of the Drunk Mantis?
You know it.
Oh, can you show it one more time, please? Do you mind? I'm sorry. I don't mean it. Oh,
Rubber legs.
That's pretty awesome.
Oh my God.
That's pretty awesome.
That's freaking amazing. I feel so bad that I can't curse because I want to say so much like oh my God, that's fantastic. Okay,
But
so you're going.
yeah, my vote is definitely Wang Lee. You know, my favorite thing about him is because with a lot of villains, you can always tell their emotion or mad or angry. But with Johnny Wang, he's so stoic. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And those are the ones, the energy he brings. I love him, and A-Guy got Full Fighter too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely my boy Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny's dope for sure. Okay. What you got? What are they saying in the chat, DK? Are they going with them too?
They're all going with Huang Lee. I mean, not Huang Lee. Sorry, Wang Lung Wei. Haswell, he's got an interesting comment here. He says, "I'm too biased for Clan of the White Lotus to even pretend that I want to argue for Tien. Even then, it seems a bit one-sided."
Okay.
Yeah, this was not close, says SD.
Hey, that's fair. Okay, nice. All right.
Yeah, I didn't go OG, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Wang Lung Wei as well.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're good. I mean, I do love James Tien. I mean, I just think that he fell under the Bruce Lee curse because I think they were trying to bring him up before, Lo Wei brought in Bruce in Big Boss. They didn't know what they had. So I think they were going to make James Tien the upper guy. But when they say what kind of skills Bruce had, they kind of pushed him to the side, which is kind of unfair to him. I might love him in Hand of Death with Flash Legs. That final fight when they fight is amazing off the chain. But come on, man, you got Wang Lung Wei. I'm like, come on, man. There's no comparison.
Yes,
that dude
sir.
is he's just a sick villain, a sick fighter. He's a director. He's a choreographer. He does it all. He's another guy like Wang Lee who does it all.
Yeah.
You just can't take it away from the guy. And Hidden Master, your tattoos are unbelievable.
Yeah,
they are unbelievable.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say one last thing about Johnny Wang Lung Wei, of how hurt I was when how quickly he in Kid with the Golden Arm.
Oh.
He way too quick, and
Yeah,
I didn't like the way they. I didn't like what they did with his. I was like, nah, don't be doing that to him. But
he's such a top tier villain that you want to see him in the finale, or at least in like the last couple fights, and you want it to last. But when you see him get that quick, it's like, man, they're not doing him justice.
I know, and they Brass Head and Iron Robe kind of back to back, and you're like,
they did.
Hey, why are you doing that? Spread them out a little bit,
De Blasio, to your point, so I don't know if you've seen My Young Auntie, but he's also in the finale for that.
Yeah.
And even though that, for me personally, is like a B-tier Shaw Brothers movie, that final scene of him and Lau Kar Lung just going at it just elevates it by a couple levels.
That's a great fight. Yeah.
I mean, they also went head to head on Lady is a Boss as well.
Oh, they did?
Because that was a modern. Can I tell you something? Auntie was the old school, like the 1930s, but the other one, it's a modern fight, and they're fighting in the gym, and that fight's unbelievable too.
Can I say something real quick about those two movies? And I know we're gonna keep it villain, but I have a problem with both of those movies, and I'm gonna tell you why. That's why I don't often return to them, is because you have on the cover you're essentially featuring Cara Huey, but then you take the movie away from her by in the final fight not featuring her as the main person. So in My Young Auntie, turns out is Lar Kar Lung fighting Johnny Wang Lung Wei, If it's
Right.
her movie, give her the shine. Let her have the final fight. And then same thing in Lady is the Boss. So it's like, wait, are you going to feature her or not? You know, so I kind of, I understand the politics behind that back in the day, but I'm not a big fan of it. So I typically don't watch those movies. I've watched them, but I don't watch them again because I believe that she deserves a whole movie, like where she, like Angela Mao, like give her an entire movie where she is shining. But
Yeah.
that's just me. And I don't in the chat. Don't be like, you just saying that because Jade's here. No, I really feel that way. So
Yeah, I mean,
all right.
even though I never watched the entire film of My Young Auntie, I have. I'm just saying, whenever I want to see like a fight between those two and Johnny Wen Lei Wei, and I just watched the end of it, My Young Auntie. I own the film just to see the fight because it
Mhm.
really is that good of a fight.
Yeah, it's a great fight. It's a great fight, no doubt. Okay. I think we're all in consensus again that this is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Johnny
Johnny Wang
Wang Wei.
took it.
DK, you keeping count, right?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Next up, Low Live versus Michael Chan. All right. I mean, the tale of the tape, right? Low Live is legendary, right? I mean, he's legendary. 229 movies, right?
Wow.
Some of his most notable movies: Golden Swallow, obviously Clan of the White Lotus, King Boxer, One Armed Swordsman, Executioners from Shaolin Abbott, and then Michael Chan, who's, man, surprising. I didn't know he did this many movies. I gotta watch more of his movies.
Wow.
176 movies. Obviously, he's the dope bad guy in Chinese Super Ninjas, Broken Oath, Shaolin Handlock, All Men Are Brothers, and he's the and mysterious footworks of Kung Fu. So he is great. I'm gonna start off so this time I don't forget you. My bad, Dan. I'm gonna let you go first. What are you thinking?
I mean, this is a decent matchup. I mean, this isn't like a one where you could just like one off, Chan Wai Man, because he's awesome. He's a great villain. And I think he was a for real. I guess he had
I
ties,
heard that.
and
Yeah, I've heard
I
that.
think he had a lot of background in the and the all the and all that. But I mean, Lo Lei, man. I mean, come on. You start with Chinese boxer with when he was the villain with Jimmy Wang Yu, and he was amazing in that. You guys ever see that when he does a jump and he jumps through the roof, and then they're fighting in the snow at the end. I think that was like in 1970. And then after that, I mean, he just been rolling and just been a real good villain. I mean, come on, you got Clan of the White Lotus, and not to mention the Kung Fu hybrid. If you guys haven't seen it, Human Lanterns. That is unbelievable, and he's just one of the best villains ever. So I'm going Low Life all the way.
Okay, what you got, Jade?
I'm gonna go with Lele. As much as I love Michael, I'm gonna go ahead and give to Lele on this one because my favorite thing about him is that he always plays like the crazy bad guy, the psychotic bad guy. And I love that. He's got that look in his eye. He's got that, I don't know what it is about his presence where it's really believable, that mentally unstable. And as soon as you see him in the film, you're like, you already know not to trust him.
Yeah, for sure. Tony, what you got?
I got Lo Lei, not only because of his skills, also, he was very influential when it comes to the Wu-Tang clan Tiger style, that whole thing. But I think that people don't give him enough credit for being a great actor too. I think he's a great actor, man. I've always enjoyed watching him, when he has just his talking parts too, and which leads to the fights and everything. But I think he's also a well-versed fighter. He's an all-around fighter, and it's very entertaining to watch. So for me, it's going to be Lo Lei for this one.
Okay. DK, what you got?
Okay. So I'll admit that I haven't seen enough of both of their movies. I've seen more of Lo Lei's movies than I have of Michael Chan's. But in my mind, like in my head, their peak performances are the Priest Jaime from Clan of the White Lotus, and then leader of the White Lotus clan, and then for Michael Chan, it's Chinese Super Ninjas, him being leader of the 5 elements. So this one is a lot closer. If Lo Lieh in Fist of the White Lotus is at a 10, I'd say Michael Chan as the leader of the 5 elements is very close at like a 9.5. They're both just really great performances, and I'd give the slight edge to White Lotus only because you see him from the start of the movie pretty much to the end. Like from the moment he makes his first introduction, and beating him was that was a hard-earned victory. Same for Michael Chan's villain too, but yeah, I think slight edge goes to White Lotus for me. Lo Lieh.
Okay. Before I go to Kwanzi, let me just put my 2 cents in real quick. I don't think I've ever seen 2 characters, first of all, matched up against each other that define the word swag. Both of them have that riz, that swag. They got, I mean, Lo Lieh goes to these people's house while they're having a celebration, and he's like, I can take you all on without even using weapons. I mean, he's just smooth. He's just smooth with it. He's like, it's like my man, who just said that? They just put a line in. They put a line in from the movie. And I know that it's an actor that's delivering the line, but it don't matter. I'm attributing his voice with that character. And he was like, hey, you, I still don't think your technique is good enough for a master. I mean, he's just so cool about it, right? And Michael Chan, he did more with fewer words, and yet that swag was there, right? No one has ever defeated the 5 element ninjas, and it was so cool, you know what I'm saying? And the vibe was just amazing how much swag he had. And so I ain't gonna lie, it's difficult for me because I've seen a few Lo Lieh movies, and I feel like I'm being swayed because I've seen more of his movies than I've seen of Michael Chan's. But again, those 2 peak characters, I'm gonna give the edge to Lo Lieh because he's played the same character in 3 movies, so that means it's basically the Darth Vader of kung fu movies. He's essentially playing an iconic role. So I'm gonna give it to Lo Lieh. What say you, Kwanzi?
Yeah, listen, that 5 element ninjas, was number 1 in the tournament last time for a reason, because everybody loves the movie. I love the movie. Michael Chan in that movie is awesome as the villain. But yeah, I'm also a little bit like, I haven't seen as many Michael Chan movies, so unfortunately he's going to edge out just a little bit less for me, unfortunately, but Lo Lieh, the first time I saw King Boxer, I know he's not playing a villain in that one, but to your guys' point, the presence is just there, man. It's just iconography to me sometimes with things that people do in movies, and he's always going to be cemented in my mind, even though he's not the villain with that dun, 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 right? And so it's like, and of course you're the original Pai Mei. You're the guy that Quentin Tarantino designed his Pai Mei after, so right. You're the OG as far as I'm concerned. So right. the edge is to Lo Lieh. It is what it is. Lo Lieh.
Okay,
I'm pronouncing it correctly. Yeah.
What are you saying? What are they saying in the chat, DK?
Yeah, so I think they're in agreement with us that it's Lo Lieh, but that it's closer than the previous matchups.
Okay. Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
He was actually the last number 1 seed to make it into his bracket. We actually, during our live stream, we wound up having to vote him in because we all were like in agreement. Johnny Wang Lung Wei, Liu Feng, and I'm missing one. Johnny Wang Lung Wei, Liu Feng, and Huang Lieh. But then that 4th number 1 seed, it was a lot of arguing back and forth. Some people were like, oh no, it's the Foot Doctor. Some people were like, no, it should be Philip Cole, and so we couldn't really eventually we came down to Low Light. So I understand why it's closer. I get it. But
Yeah,
for
the guru
overall, I
said
think the consensus is Low Light. So we're gonna go with Low
right.
Light for this one.
Yeah,
All
the
right,
guru
all right.
said first big monster matchup.
Okay, all right, that's cool. Here we go. All right, I think we've gotten all those out the way. So here we go. Next matchup: Long Fei versus Eddie Ko.
Mhm.
The tale of the tape. Long Fei, 177 films, notable movies: Shaolin Kung Fu Mystagogue, Shaolin Avengers, Seven Grandmasters, Butterfly 18, or The Secret of Shaolin, Secret of Shaolin Kung Fu, and Kung Fu of Seven Steps versus Eddie Ko, who's done 140 films. His most notable movies are Thundering Mantis, Jade Fox, Sleeping Fists, Whirlwind Kick, Invincible Killer, and Hitman in the Hand of Buddha. All right, let's see who's gonna go first this time. Let's go with you, Tony. What are you thinking?
I don't know. There's something about what's the name of the first one? Lung Fei.
Yes.
Yeah, Lung Fei. There's something about his style that I've never been a fan of. I've seen him in many films throughout the years, but I just always related more to Eddie Cole's style. I guess because Sleeping Fist, Thundering Mantis, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I love watching his fights against Beardy, so I guess I watch those films more.
Okay.
I believe Eddie Cole was also in Lethal Weapon 4, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he was an uncle. He's like an old man
Yeah.
by then.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll keep this one short and sweet. But for me, I go with Eddie Cole because for me, I watch more of his films, and I just found him. I guess he seemed better, like a better martial artist. He didn't. I don't feel like the other gentleman felt like he looked as graceful. For me, I think
Okay.
that means a lot to me when watching these films as well.
Okay. Quasi, what you got?
Listen, I'm a little biased on this as well. Long Fei, although I love Born Invincible, Avenging Boxer, that Eddie Cole's fighting in Thundering Mantis, I still remember as a kid watching that movie. So yeah, I'll keep it short and sweet for myself too. I'll go with Eddie Cole on this one. It's just because he's just more memorable in my mind. That Thundering Mantis, that was just such a great movie to me.
Okay.
I've watched it many times.
Okay, Jade, I see you shaking your head. What you got?
So I do like Mr. Feng. But here's the thing. Just like everybody said, Eddie Cohen has definitely had a lot more memorable roles. He seems to be a lot funner to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand what the other guy was saying when it comes to his how do you say chemistry with the camera. It's just really there. He seems very robotic. So my vote is gonna go with Eddie for sure.
Okay. DK?
I think I'm gonna have to go with Eddie Ko. Lung Fei, from what I remember, I'd like seeing his performances, but Eddie Ko stands out as more of a villain, especially in like not just Thundering Mantis, but in other roles that I've seen him in. Forgetting the names of the movies that I've seen him in outside of that, but he's got the same thing that what Shaw Brothers. I already forgot his name. Lieh Feng. He's got the same thing going for him in terms of like having that look, that appearance of a villain. He has a very like intimidating aura about him every time he shows up on screen. So I'm gonna go with Eddie Cole on this one.
Okay, Dan, did I do you?
No, I'm gonna be in the consensus as well. I'm gonna go Eddie Cole. I just know of him better with all the Birdie movies, and he was great with Wang Lieh and Hitman Had a Buddha. And the only thing I remember Lung Fei when he played like the he was like the vampire villain in Chinese Professionals. When he was in One on Boxer.
Okay.
I think he might have been a Master of the Flying Guillotine as well. He was in a lot of Jimmy Wang Yu movies, but yeah, I agree with Tony. I don't think he had that much of a martial arts background as far as just being like just a presence of a villain on screen. So yeah, I'm going Eddie Cole as well on this.
Yeah. Like I said, Lung Fei is he's like a serviceable villain in the vein of Gan Ming. He's serviceable. You see him in movies like in the movie Seven Commandments of Kung Fu. He's the bad guy. He's the other bad guy. So he's the bad guy that is basically chasing Yi Shang and Lieh Min throughout the whole movie. His gang is trying to Yi Shang's character. And yeah, he's in Butterfly 18. He's in seven Steps of Kung Fu and stuff. So he's like a serviceable villain. He had a decent fight scene with Jack Long at the beginning of help me, Seven Grandmasters. I mean, he's serviceable,
Oh yeah, that's right.
But for me, Eddie Ko, man, it takes a special kind of villain, and in Thunder and Mantis, I mean, didn't they something? He yeah, right? And he laughed. I was like, "Woo, that's
yeah, that was
crazy.
brutal. That was brutal to watch.
That was crazy." So for me, yeah, I'm gonna go with Eddie Ko. I think we're at a consensus. DK, what are they saying in the chat?
Yes. So for this one, Eddie Ko won, but it was closer. You did get some votes for Lung Fei. Between the chat and what we were talking about here, Eddie Ko won.
Okay. All right, that's what's up. All right. Well, looks like we are cooking. We're cooking with gas. Now we're gonna start to get to some of these that are a little more, we gotta debate a little bit more. So here we go. Next up, Ma Chin Ku versus Fung Hak On. The tail of the tape. Ma Chin Ku, number of films, 128. His most notable movies: Five Shaolin Masters. He's in Sleeping Fist, Canton and Iron Kung Fu, Struggle Through Death. That's the one I remember him from. Crippled Kung Fu Boxer. I remember him in that one too. He looks ridiculous. Fung Hak On. Number of films, 207. That's respectable, right? Fung Hak On. Notable movies: Snake Deadly Act, a B-list banger for me. I love that movie. Warriors 2, absolute. Magnificent Butcher, Dreadnought, Challenge of the Masters, Dirty Kung Fu. Sifu Kwanzi, what you got?
Man, so listen, as much as I like Five Shaolin Masters, Ma Chin Ku, admittingly, is it Fung Hak Ong? I get the name wrong, but it's the face that you remember. He's been in so many movies that I like and love, including Warriors 2. But one that people sleep on is The Last Hurrah for Chivalry, where he plays this guy named Prey.
Yeah,
and it's one of the most banging freaking broad sword fights.
I watched that with you yesterday.
Yes, sir. I mean, and I told you, I was like, dude, you've never seen this movie. You at least have to see it for this one sword fight, and it's like so amazing,
that
dude.
fight was literally
lit. In this fight, his character Prey goes from like at the very end of the fight, switches hands back and forth. He's going right to left, switching the blade. It's crazy. And then of course he's in the Ip Man movies later on, so it's like he stood the test of time. So yeah, my vote's definitely for Fung Hak On.
Okay, Mystica Jade, what you got?
Definitely going with Fung Hak On. Definitely. He's one of those villains where it's either going to be like just silly roles, but he always remains that villain. I do love him in Snake and Deadly Act, though. That was killer. That was brutal. But my vote will go for him.
Nice. Dan de Blasio. Your mic's off.
You're muted.
You're muted.
I'm not familiar with the other guy as much as Fung Hak On. I think I've seen the other guy in a couple of movies, but I mean, Fung Hak On, he's just a despicable character. I mean, when you see him get taken out, you're actually happy. He's like, man, I'm glad he was taken out because, he's done some nasty things. Like, what he did in Magnificent Butcher, to Sammo's brother.
Oh, my God.
Man, with the wife. And then, you said that last tournament when he takes the mask off in Warriors 2. And he starts doing the praying mantis, one of the best praying mantis on the screen ever. Just for that alone, I'm going Fung Hak On.
Okay, nice. What you got, Tony?
Well, remember when I told you that I love martial artists that look graceful and make it look easy when they're doing the style? He's one of those. He's one of those. He's always, I mean, the way he made that mantis look in Warriors 2, that was spectacular. And I agree with Dan. That's the best scene that I've ever seen when it comes to the praying mantis style. I love them. I love them coming out in all these films, even short.
Oh, we lost you.
Brothers films. Remember when Alexander
There we
Pushin
go.
was asking permission for his hand to beat up Fung Hak-on?
Right.
But he always looked graceful, and I love how he looked even in Ip Man 4, if you can believe that. Even though he was older,
Yeah.
he looked like he could still do all those cool stances, whatever. But he's a graceful fighter. I've always loved him.
Yeah. If I could go real quick, one of the things that I love, in addition to Warriors 2, which to me, that's a legendary fight when he takes the mask off. I liked him a lot in this movie called Dreadnought. And in Dreadnought, he's a assassin who's actually like a tailor. And so he goes to Wong Fei Hung because he wants to measure him for a suit, and he's attacking him with the needles, then the scissors, and then the fabric, and he's like, oh man, I love that fight scene. It's so fantastic that he goes up against legendary Quan Tak Hing. So yeah, for me it's Fung Hak-on. Who didn't I? Oh, DK, what you got?
Yeah, I'm also going with Fung Hak-on between that fight in Dreadnought. Him pushing Casanova Wong to his absolute limits in the end of Warriors 2. That was amazing to see. WRX G13 also mentioned he was in Kung Fu Hustle. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that until like years later after I saw it.
One of the musicians.
One of the harp players. And he was awesome in that role. And in Ip Man 2, I can't remember if he was in 4, but in Ip Man 2, I definitely liked seeing him as like one of the masters who was testing Ip Man. It was nice to see that he established himself as like the master who knew his limits versus Lo Meng's character who was a bit more arrogant. Yeah, it's awesome to see him perform in a movie.
Yeah.
So I'm going with him.
That was a great one. I think I got everybody on that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, sounds like there's a consensus. We have Fung Hak-on. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Moving on. We're cooking. Here we go. Villain face off. Yi Shang versus Lar Kar Wing. Now this is really good. This is a great matchup. The tale of the tape. Yi Shang or Shang Yi, which was whatever you prefer. 96 movies. He also happens to be my Sifu. So I'm a little bit biased. He notable movies: Invincible Shaolin Stick, 7 Commandments of Kung Fu, Fatal Needles versus Fatal Fists, Shaolin Iron Claws, legendary Eagle's Claw, which is what I drew this off of. Versus, I mean, the Lar Kar.
OG, switch your camera.
What am I doing? Oh, my bad. Where are we?
Oh, there we go.
I'm so sorry.
All right. Okay.
Apologies.
Now we have action.
That deserves a redo. Hold on.
Rewind.
Okay. So here's the matchup right here. Let me do it again. Yi Shang versus Lar Kar Wing and the tale of the tape. So as I was saying about Lar Kar Wing, obviously coming from the lineage of the Lar Kar Lung family tree. 181 movies, notable movies: Shaolin Mantis, Dirty Tiger, Crazy Frog, Legendary Weapons of China, Dirty Kung Fu, Knockabout. All these movies are. I would guess every person probably has all of these movies in their collection, right? So for me, oh crap. Oh, crappy. All right. Do I stick with my family? All right. Okay. Can we come back to me? Let me hear y'all arguments. let me hear y'all arguments, and let me let this marinate a bit. All right.
This one is tough for you because 7 Commandments of Kung Fu was the first film you watched, right?
Yes. And again, that's my master's master, and it's like, I like I said, do I go with my family or do I go with, I'm gonna let y'all go, and then let me go last. All right. So Tony, what you got? I'm
kind of stuck myself, man. To be honest with you, I mean, I love Lau Kar Wing. I think he's an incredible martial artist, but man, Yi Shang has always put so many great performances in so many different films. I'm gonna be that guy that's probably gonna pick Yi Shang. As much as I love Lau Kar Wing, it's as quickly as I did that, but I think he's an underrated martial artist.
Okay.
I've never seen enough people give him enough credit throughout the years that I've spoken to people about martial arts.
Okay. Hidden Master, what you got?
So as much as I love the Wong family and they're amazingly talented, I'm gonna have to go with the other. I'm going to go with because not only that, he didn't really strike me as a good villain. I've as many times as he's played the bad guy role, it just didn't resonate with me. So I'm gonna go with Chang on this one. He's definitely villain material.
Okay. Okay. That's fair. Okay. Dan de Blasio.
I'm gonna go with two fights for each guy, and
Okay.
I'm gonna base my vote on that.
Okay.
Now, Larkar Wing has the lineage with his family and his martial arts background with his brother and how badass he is. Okay, just think of how good he was in. And he fought similar in those fights. He was in Shaolin Mantis and Knockabout.
Okay.
And he was amazing in both those fights. But on the flip side, you got to go with Chang Yi and your picture with the boots and the hat from Eagle's Claw.
Yeah.
And my all-time favorite, well, one of my top three, when he fights Beardy and the victim in that fight is so brutal and so amazing and so kick-ass.
Yeah.
I gotta go Chang Yi because that was one of the movies that made me a martial arts kung fu fanatic I am today, which was The Victim. And that fight, I mean, don't be wrong, you got what was the guy, the foot doctor, that was a good fight. And then he fought all the goons, but then when Chang Yi and then when Beardy closes that door, he locks him in, he's like, all right, we're gonna go at it. And that fighting style they had in them, oh man, I gotta go Chang Yi all the way just because of The Victim.
Okay. Okay. What you got, Quasi?
Man, as much as I like Chang Yi, especially in Eagle's Claw, it's almost blasphemous for me to say it since I'm an Eagle's Claw practitioner. Those boots are so memorable.
There's hate in the building.
I know. Dissenter in the ranks. I'm sorry, Larkar Wing, are you crazy? This guy's freaking mastery is just, oh man, just so top tier. Just like
You're
his
a traitor.
Well, I'm fine. So be it.
I'm just joking.
As Redman once said, I'll be that. Listen, there's so many good ones fighting Sammo. I mean, legendary weapons of Shaolin. I mean, there's too many for me to name right now. It's Larkar Wing for me all the way, guys. Yeah.
All right. All right, DK, what you got?
Yeah, I'm with Quasi on this one. I'm also going with Larkar Wing. See, Knockabout. I did the review for that. Him as Old Fox was just awesome because you got to see like the persona that he put on as like a supposedly decent master, and then as the villain that we see him as later on. It was just awesome to see his performance as that villain. Also, knockout performance in Shaolin Mantis. Then there's Legendary Weapons of China, where he had a really cool end fight with his brother. And I think the deciding factor for me, I'll admit Yi Shang has better shoes, but the deciding factor for me is that Larkar Wing, he has a thing where he's the best part even in movies I didn't like. So like Dirty Tiger, Crazy Frog, that one, and then what was the other one? Odd Couple. Even in those movies where I didn't really like the movies all that much, his choreography and his performances, like whenever he got into a fight, like he was scrappy.
He's a hero. He's a hero character in that movie, son. Technically, him and Sammo, they both are hero characters. I'm only going off of the villain character that they play. But I understand what you mean. I understand.
But yeah, as far as villain performances go, just for villainy, I would give it to Larkar Wing for this one.
All right. Incidentally, son, you just lost your inheritance. I'm gonna stick with the family. I'm gonna go with Yi Shang. For me, as much as I can't love as much as I love Shaw Brothers and I love the entire lineage going all the way back to the 60s. This is my family. And I'm a sucker for white-haired villains. And he always with the white hair and looking dope and crispy, and that the wizard hat and the shoes and eagle's claw. And I always admired when I see him, I see my master. I now understand why my master mimicked a lot of his movement. When I used to watch my master do his forms, and I always used to see him, and then I would watch a movie and see Yi Shang. My master died relatively young. And so when I think about my master and watching him do his forms, it looks just like some of the stuff that Yi Shang would do. So I have like a little bit of a sentimentality that's attached to it. Yeah. And because Seven Commandments of Kung Fu is the first movie that I saw at McVickers Theater back in the day. So I'm gonna stick with Yi Shang. Do me a favor, DK. Give me a tally because it looked like it's all over the place.
Okay. So let's see. We got
between us, everybody's Yi Shang except for who?
Well, I'm not Yi Shang and Quasi.
Yeah, we went with Larkar Wing.
So everybody
Quasi
else
and I, yeah, everyone else went Yi Shang.
Went Yi Shang. Oh, okay.
But then the deciding factor was chat, where more people were with Larkar Wing.
So what does it ultimately come down to?
So let's see. Me, Quasi, Guy, then we've got the Guru and SD. We are saying Larkar Wing, looks
like Larkar Wing wins.
Yeah. There were more. This one was a lot closer, but Larkar Wing takes it.
Okay, so you mark that down for me, please.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, all right, Larkar Wing. Okay, I knew once we get past those number one seeds, it was gonna start getting like this. Okay, Larkar Wing is the winner. Sadly for me. All right, here we go.
Hey, listen.
Sadly, it's Larkar Wing. Oh my
god. No. You know what? It's one of those things where like chocolate ice cream, strawberry ice cream, you can't go wrong with either. So if you go to it's 90 degrees outside and you go to the ice cream parlor and they say, "Oh, we're all out of strawberry," you can still get chocolate and be happy. So
I demand a recount.
Mystery of chess boxing.
All right. So we got Larkar Wing as the winner. All right, here we go. Next round. Here we go. Yasuaki Kurata versus Sang Lieh. Sang Lieh. All right. The tale of the tape. Yasuaki Kurata, 76 films, notable. Heroes East, one of my favorite movies of all time. Prodigal Boxer, Secret of the Shaolin Pose, Ninja and the Deadly Trap, a movie that's really slept on, and Legend of a Fighter, right? Sang Lieh, 120 films, right? You've seen him everywhere. His notable movies: Dirty Tiger, Crazy Frog, Two Toothless Tigers, Warriors 2, Odd Couple, Magnificent Butcher. Let's go with Quasi. Quasi, what you got?
Oh man, this one's actually kind of tough for me because as much as I love Sang Lieh, Magnificent Butcher, 36 Chambers, I mean, you name it, that guy's been in so many movies that I watched when I was a kid. But the villain side, right? So, okay, Magnificent Butchers, I'm gonna put up there and be like, all right, on the villainy side. Yasuaki Kurata, though, Heroes of the East is one of my favorite movies. And then not even to mention, like, the dude stood the test of time and pretty much bested Jet Li and Fist of Legend. I mean, this dude's phenomenal. It's still just hard for me, though, to pick him, even though I love, those moments and times in the movies when I saw him, because Sang Lieh is just, he's just that vet. He's the OG. So his body of work, he's just got more of it. I'm gonna sway a little more with Hoi Sang Lee, even though it hurts my heart because Yusaki Karada, he's the man.
Okay. Dan, what you got?
Man, I love them both. You know, Lee Hoi Sang is just a great villain. I mean, another great guy. It seems like he's another guy who could do weapons. He could do hand to hand. He could do any kind of style. But I mean, Karada is just one of the ultimates, and I just love him. And you know, me and Tony had discussed, you know, how much we love Legend of a Fighter, how great that movie is, and how great he is. And I liked him even in some of the toy, you know, movies from Japan when he was playing villains back in the day with Sonny Chiba. I mean, he's always been a good villain. So,
right.
I mean, for me, this is a tougher matchup. You know, like you said, after you get to the top, after you get to the top 5 and all that. But yeah, this was a hard one, but I gotta go Karada on this one.
Okay, Hidden Master, what you got?
As much as I love Karada, and I really, really do, I'm gonna have to go with Lee Ho-shan. He's my favorite hater. No matter what, you can always count on him being mad, hating on something, causing trouble, and this is what it's about, the villains, you know? And to me, he's just got that in him, so I'm happy to go with Lee Ho-shan.
Yeah. I agree with you. And I'm gonna give it to Hoi Sang Lee, his longevity. He was like in everything. And sometimes he was an anti-hero and he was a villain, right? A lot of times he played an anti-villain to Gordon Liu in a lot of those Master Killer movies. And then he was just in everything. But for me, Magnificent Butcher, right? The Magnificent Butcher, and he's doing just like
Cosmic Palm.
Cosmic Palm. And I mean, oh my, Pluto, Saturn, Jupiter. Oh my God.
Not to mention that calligraphy fight too, OG. That calligraphy fight was cold too.
The calligraphy fight too, man. I mean, that's legendary. So for me, I'm just gonna make it quick. Hoi Sang Lee for me. Who didn't I go with? Tony?
Yeah.
What you got?
For me, it's going to be Hoi Lee Sang. As much as I love Karada, and I know Dan and I spoke about his performance in Legend of a Fighter, I think he's actually given 3 legendary performances: Fist of Legend, the one that Legend of the Fighter, as well as Heroes of the East. But I feel that Hoi Si Lang has been more of a reliable villain.
Yeah.
He's been in more films, and he's put way more performances than Karada has, and he's like I said, he's reliable. He's well versed. He even did Goose Boxer. I mean, you name it. He's done all of it. And then, like you said, the Cosmic Palm, that for me did it too. So I'm definitely going to go with Hoi Si Lang.
Can I throw in one other thing real quick about? And I'm just going to try to pile on why Hoi Sang Lee. You know, one thing that I didn't like about, as much as I love Heroes East, because I've been rewatching it and revisiting it because I'm thinking about doing a think piece on it. Something that ticked me off about his character in that movie. I didn't like how old girl. You could tell that I've got some demons I need to exercise. Oh, I don't like how old girl ran back to Japan because she had an argument with her husband, right? And then she ran back, and then she gets a letter delivered to her, right? That was written by Gordon Liu, and he's telling her, hey, you know that karate actually is a derivative of Chinese kung fu, da 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 da. And the letter is being delivered to her, and he snatched it out of her hand. Do you remember that? He snatched it out of her hand and read it, and then took the letter to his boys and read it in front of the whole school, and to rile them up. I didn't like that, bro. That really ticked me off, man. I did not. That's a punk move, man. I didn't like that.
No privacy, no respect for privacy.
No respect for privacy whatsoever.
But then again, isn't that a sign of a good villain?
Yeah.
Right?
That's a good point, Quasi.
Quasi, look at you.
I'm just saying.
That's a good point. Wait, what'd you say? What'd you say? Say that again.
I said we love him, Quasi. Don't worry, we all love Karada.
Right. We love him, but I love Hoi Sang Lee more. That's all. All right. What do they say? What you got, DK? Sorry about that.
Oh yeah. So for me, I'm saying Sang Lee. I think he has more. He has played the role of a villain. Like I think he fits that villain archetype more properly.
Mhm.
The two roles I've seen the most of for Yasuaki Kurata were in Fist of Legend and in Heroes of the East. And I'm actually gonna defend him in Heroes of the East. He was not a villain in that movie. He was an antagonist, an opposing force in the movie. He was not the villain. And in fact, yet him calling up his boys like that, sure, you could make an argument that that was foul, but he didn't seek the main character out. His wife came to him. He just saw the letter and saw disrespect and was like, okay, we have to handle that. So I can't say he was a full-on villain. He just wanted the respect where it was due. So I can't even call him a villain.
I think he wanted Gordon Liu's wife. That's what I think. I think they was.
I'm not gonna.
I think they were childhood friends. She friend zoned him. And now they're adults. He's still feeling her, and he just, I'll defend your honor.
You're right.
Defend your honor, boo.
Yeah, there was some history there for sure. So I'm not even going to deny that, but I'm not going to call him a villain for that either. He was an antagonist in that movie.
It was interesting. But okay, what do we got in the count? Tell me what the count is, because
so
you have one more
tally,
thing. Go ahead.
For the tally, Kurata takes it.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, it was closer, but Kurata took this one.
I see someone saying, I demand a recount.
Yeah.
In the chat. Did Kurata win for real?
He did for sure.
Okay, wait, where's my camera? You see what I'm talking about, YouTube? I'm looking right at you, YouTube. This is what I'm talking about. No one, do not email me or at me in the mentions about Sang Lee not making it. All right. It was not me. It was the subscribers voting. It was not me. So if you want your person to advance, subscribe to the channel, please. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. All right.
Half stunt, half man. I can confirm there were several votes for Sang Lee, but Yasuaki Kurata just took it this time.
Wow. Okay. All right. So there we go. All right. Here we go. Let's move on to the next one. You mark that down, yeah?
Yeah.
So Yasuaki is a spoiler. All right. Here we go. Next up. Carter Wong versus Kufang. The Tale of the Tape. Carter Wong, 77 films. Now, I will say this one thing. He's done more hero films. He's done more hero films than villain films, but just want to note that. But still, for the auspices of this tournament, we're going only with his villain films, okay? So these are all movies that he played a villain in, okay? So Born Invincible, Legendary Strike, Filthy Guy, The Shaolin Kids, Big Trouble in Little China. Kufang with a hefty 386 films on that. He should win alone.
Yeah.
Okay? Talk about an Iron Man, all right? 386 films. Notable. Avenging Eagle, which I just recently watched. Oh, and I just recently got a copy of it. It came in the mail. Master of Kung Fu. Judgment of an Assassin. The Fists, the Kicks, the Evils. I'm going to keep this short and sweet. For me, is Kufang, hands freaking down. Everybody knows how I feel about Born Invincible. I hate that sound effect. I hate that sound effect with a passion. I hate it with a passion. I truly do. I can't stand that. I hate it. Oh my God. And when I already
knew that was going to play a factor. I already knew that.
Yeah. So for me, it's Kufang hands down. What you got, Tony?
Oh, it's Kufang for sure. Even just Avenging Eagle by itself, he was so brutal, so cold-hearted. I mean, when T. Lung was telling Alexander Fusheng about the history of him or whatever, about how he brought them up to serve him and stuff like that, more than half the kids never even made it to adulthood because he killed them all. I mean, how much more evil can you get than that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh yeah, no, hands down. I've always loved him. Even in the Five Deadly Venoms, even though he didn't really fight much and stuff like that, I've always loved him as an actor. He always had that look, that evil look. So yeah, I have to go with Kufang on this one.
Okay. Dan, what you got?
Liu Feng, come on. Come on, it's Liu Feng. How many movies? How many movies? 380? Come on.
386.
And of those, how many was a villain? Probably half.
Yep.
I mean, I've seen a movie that I never saw before him. If you guys ever saw it, if you didn't look it up, it's called The Black Tavern. It's a Strawbug movie.
I've heard
from
of it.
1970.
Yeah.
He plays like a whip master in this, and he's wearing like a Santa Claus outfit. Unbelievable.
Really?
Unbelievable.
Have to look that one up.
And I think I agree. Carter Wong should be disqualified because of Born Invincible.
Okay. Okay. DK, what you got?
Okay, so for me, I'm actually going to take Carter Wong because of Born Invincible.
Oh my god!
What?
Yeah.
I don't know.
This is a part where you disown your son.
I'm gonna check.
He already has.
I'm gonna check the milkman. I'm gonna check the milkman to see if he was stopping by when I wasn't home.
So here's the thing. So I actually thought he made for a good villain, even like besides how quirky his voice might have sounded. I think it made him sound more distinct from other villains who have been in that same role.
Really?
Where like where it was I personally liked the contrast because it was funny, but whenever he went to work, you had to take him serious because no one could beat him in a fight. So I liked the contrast. The only thing I didn't like, even with the sliding whistle and all that, I didn't like the very end how he was defeated. I thought that was lame. But throughout the movie, I thought like putting the sliding whistle and his voice aside, like he actually was like a real threat, like a real threat throughout the movie as a villain. So I have to give that to him. Now, granted, I do think Kufang is a really good villain. Just recently seeing him in Avenging Eagle. But yeah, I will give it to Carter Wong, but only slightly.
Hey,
because of that performance.
Hey, y'all, forgive him. He a young buck. He don't know nothing about Kufang. He don't know nothing about that.
Maybe you're right. I could be. Maybe I need to see more Kufang movies. I've only seen Avenging Eagle from him, but that was a good performance. I'll admit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to Quasi. What you got?
Yo, it's amazing how I haven't met your son in person, but how we're already like minds. Because let me tell you, there's a reason why Carter Wong felt like a real threat in the movie, because he was a real threat. This dude was a real Muay Thai fighter, guys. He won like a bunch of fights. So his presence on screen is just that. I mean, this dude was amazing. All right, I give it to you. Avenging Eagle is the bomb. All right, I'm gonna give you that. I mean, that's iconic. The eagle claws and all that. But Carter Wong, are you kidding me? I mean, Born Invincible. The fact that he's in Big Trouble in Little China, and that's the reason why you have Raiden from Mortal Kombat. Sorry, Carter Wong all the way, and 10 times on Sunday.
I need to see that again.
Hidden Master, please bring us back to Earth, please.
Okay, because I was having anxiety. First and foremost, to me, there's no competition, because if you just took that one movie, Invincible Armor, and then Avenging Eagle, there's no competition. Carter Wong's not even really a good actor. But when Kufang is on the screen, he can play every role, whether it's comedic, villainous, whatever it is. He's just a good actor. He has that strong presence. It's his facial expression, his fluid movement. Like, to me, it's all Kufang.
Yes. All right. I think it looks like the chat is in agreement with us.
Kufang has taken it overwhelmingly.
Okay.
Yeah, you got one right.
Yeah. I gotta say, he made for like a really tense ending between him and Fu Sheng with Avenging Eagle. That was a strong ending. So.
Yeah, but still. Our guy won. Nanny. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. Next round. Yun Shun Yi versus Chin Kang. I hope you all recognize these two. The tale of the tape. Yun Shun Yi, also again, very versatile actor who has played hero characters like in Dance of the Drunk Mantis but also has played a lot of villains in a lot of movies. So he's done 135 films. His notable movies: Dreadnought, Drunken Tai Chi. By the way, I'm only listing the movies where he's a villain, so I didn't list his hero movies. Okay.
Is he the one that fought the guy at the end of the Buddhist fist?
Yes.
Yeah, but
Okay.
he's the hero in
That's a
that.
hero.
Right,
That's a hero
right. No, I
character.
just want to make sure that
Yeah,
I know
that's
who
him.
it is.
Yeah, that's him. I know I
Yeah.
drew him. I felt like if I drew him without this, I think this is an iconic look for him because a lot of
Mhm.
people know this movie. If I would have just drew him as that character, then you probably would be like, who is that? So Dreadnought, Drunken Tai Chi, Invincible Armor, Born Invincible, Shaolin Drunkard, Miracle Fighters, and then Chin Kang. To me, he has an iconic look. He always does the half-shaved head kind of thing. 62 films. Has been in a couple of Jackie Chan movies. Most notable, Shaolin Wooden Men, which I actually like that movie a lot. Snake and Crane Arts of Shaolin. I love the infights. The infights in that movie are really great. Boxer from Kwang Tung and 18 Bronzemen. Let's see. Let's start with Hidden Master. What you think?
So I'm gonna have to go. And is that am I seeing that correct? That's Cam Kong, right?
Say that one more time.
That's he's also known as Cam Kong.
Yes. Yes.
So to me, I'm gonna have to go with him. As much as I love and I think the other actor is extremely talented, comes from a talented background and family. I'm gonna have to go with Cam Kong because his role in playing guillotine is really
Yeah.
resonated with me. I love him. He has such a big presence, and not only because he's physically gigantic, but he's just got that raw presence.
Okay.
So
All right.
Cam Kong for me.
Okay. Cool. Seafood. What you got?
Shin Kang, man, just to your point, got the look. I've honestly just seen more of his movies. I've seen him fight Jackie Chan a couple times in the Shaolin Wooden Men, Snake and Crane Arts, the Shaolin.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go straight up with Shin Kang.
Okay. DK, be brief.
Yeah, I'm going with Yun Shun Yi on this one. I think he's got a stronger balance between being able to play a hero and being able to play a villain. He just has a more intimidating energy to him that he brings to the screen. So I'm going with him for villainy.
Okay. Sorry about that. Dan, what you got? Your mic, you're muted again, Dan.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm going with the Yang Clan as well. I mean, he's great. I mean, you nailed that picture with the dreadnought. I mean,
Oh, thanks, man.
he just plays just insane wacko, just nutcase in that. He's great in that. And yeah, I like Cam Kong too. I mean, Cam Kong was the reason why I love, Master of the Flying Guillotine, but I gotta go with Yen on this one too.
Okay, great. Tony?
What's the name of the guys again? Because I'm not as familiar as you guys are with those.
Yun Shun Yi. Let's see. So
Yeah,
is
Chin
Yun Shun?
Kang. Yeah, I'm going with Chin Kang simply because I've never really seen the other gentleman's films as many times as I have the Chin Kang one. I'd watch Snake and Crane, Arts of Shaolin, whatever, and I really enjoy those films thoroughly when I used to watch them back in the day. So fortunately, I don't know the other guy as well, only in the good roles. So
Okay. All right. That leaves me, right?
Mhm.
So I'm also gonna go with Yun Shun Yi. He comes from an incredible family. Obviously, he's the son of Simon Yun, Sam Seed, as we all know. Uh, uh, I love people who can play dual roles, the versatility. So in one movie, you're a hero character, and then you turn around and you play a villain. He didn't say a single word in Drunken Tai Chi, playing opposite against Donnie Yen. He didn't say a single word. If I'm not mistaken, he was mute, and he was communicating with his son using sign language.
Sign language.
And I thought that he was fantastic in that movie. I thought he was great in that movie. In all the movies that he's been in, when he plays a villain. In Dreadnought, also, I don't think he spoke in that one either, if I'm not mistaken.
Nope.
So I think
Pretty
it
sure.
he doesn't speak in that movie.
But it really says something that he doesn't have to speak to convey his anger.
That means that he has good acting chops. The ability to convey all this emotion and all these things, and obviously the martial skill, all of that without ever having to say a word is, to me, that's noteworthy. And so I'm gonna go with Yun Shun Yi on this one. What do we have for a tally, son?
All right, so for this one, looks like Shun Yi took it, but it was closer. Chin Kang was like just a few votes beneath.
Wait, give me the count again. Who won?
It was Young Shun Yi, but it was closer.
Oh, it was Yun Shun Yi.
Yeah, between what we said here and what the chat said, it was Shun Yi, but
okay,
it was closer this time.
Okay. All right, cool. All right. You marked it down? All right, here we go. Next round, here we go. Fung versus Chang Shan. Oh, I love this matchup. I absolutely love this matchup. The tale of the tape. Fung, corrector of bad kung fu, right? Corrector of bad kung fu from 5 Super Fighters. He also was in Monkey Kung Fu, 10 Tigers of Kwantung, Flag of Iron, Sword Stained with Royal Blood. I mean, he's one of those people who he pops up in a Shaw Brothers movie and you know who he is. You go, oh yeah, that's him. You know, love the guy. Chan Shang. I mean, bro, listen. You want to talk about some of the most popular kung fu movies of the 70s, some of the most popular bad guys that you probably didn't even know it was him. Obviously, I drew this from Shaolin versus Shaolin versus Lama, right? He's the bad guy of Cooks and Kung Fu. Kids like running down the hill. Stop. Was it you? Was it you who killed my grandfather? So it's you little son of a bitch. I freaking love that line. It's such a cold line of Cooks and Kung Fu. Kung Fu of 7 Steps. The guy would not die. He would not die. And he kept going into those splits. And I was just like, man, this dude, talk about somebody who is not willing to die. And Fistful of Talons, Ninja Hunter, you name it. So I'm just going to go first and just say, for me, as much as I love the corrector of bad Kung Fu, and I liked him in, if you ever seen Flag of Iron, I think he's one of the killers that tries to kill Philip Kwok's character.
Yeah, one of the 10 killers.
I think he's like the mathematician or something.
The accountant?
No, I thought he was a blind guy.
Was he blind?
No, the fortune teller. The fortune teller. You're right.
The fortune teller. Right.
Okay. I know he was one of those killers. I know he was one of them. And so I love that. He's fantastic. But I mean, Chan Shang, man. I mean, allow me to demonstrate the special techniques of Shaolin, the special technique of shadow boxing. That's legendary. It's legendary. So for me, I'm going with Chan Shang. I'm going to reverse and go the opposite way now. What do you say, Tony? What you got?
I'm in agreement 100% with absolutely everything you said. I was pretty much going to say about what you said. So I'm with Chang Chang as well. I mean, remember when I mentioned earlier, for me, it's all about grace and how easy you make it look. That's him 100%. I mean, there are very few martial artists that I've seen that make any style that they do look so graceful. It makes it look like they've been doing it all their lives, and he's one of them. Yeah. So yeah,
okay,
yeah, he has it in spades.
Nice. What do you got, Hidden Master?
I'm gonna have to go with my friend Shark Chef, definitely, because he, like he said, he makes it seem so good. His moves in it because he is a world champion. He's been doing it his whole life. So being on the screen, as much as he hated it and he was so nervous, whenever his favorite roles are when they weren't talking. So that's when he really got to shine. And him as the iconic bad guys, I mean everybody knows his name. You know, it's like he's like the Arnold Schwarzenegger of one-liners.
Right. Quasi, what you got? Okay.
Man, listen, as much as, again, talk about Five Element Ninjas forever, and Feng is dope in it, but Chang Shan is just too iconic, man. Shaolin versus Lama, it just is what it is. So, yeah, I'm going Chang Shan.
Dan de Blasio.
Allow me to demonstrate the skill of Shaolin, the special technique of shadow boxing. Come on. That's my vote. That's it. I got nothing to say else. That's it. I'm done.
Okay. DK, what you got?
I'm also going with Chang Shang.
What?
Yeah. No,
I'm just joking.
Quan Fung, I liked him in Monkey Kung Fu and Five Super Fighters as like the corrector of bad Kung Fu. But yeah, Chang Shang, for me, he's just more memorable as a villain between Shaolin versus Lama and of Cooks and Kung Fu. I really liked him, not just in terms of like his fight choreography, but just also how spiteful he could come off in that movie. Just killing the dude's grandfather just because he was picked as the better cook. Like, it's so petty. But I love
petty.
it.
Okay, yeah. Nice. All right, so it looks like Chang Shang won that round. Am I right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a sweep for Chang Shang here.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, we're getting down. We're whittling them down. Here we go. Next fight. Lo Mang versus Shi Qian. Okay. Now, for full disclosure, if I'm being honest, I chose Lo Mang basically for one role, for one villainous role, right? I mean, but for me, because that role was so iconic, it was so memorable, it was so swaggerific that I felt like it deserved a slot. So I did find some movies that he plays a villain in. There aren't that many, right? He mostly always plays a hero character, but I did find a couple. So Kid with the Golden Arm, obviously, which I drew this off of, Chinatown Kid, Heaven and Hell, Deadly Strike, Brave Archer, but I forget which one.
Number 3, part 3.
3, he's the bad
Blast
guy, right?
of the Iron Palm.
Right. He fights Alexander in that one, right? Okay. And then Human Lantern. So that's them. But look at Shi Qian. If you thought Kufang was a banger, if you thought Kufang and his 368 was banging, look at that 568 movies that Shi Qian was in.
Never ran out of work.
Holy smoke. By the way, Sifu, I got your picture.
Okay.
I got your picture.
Okay.
So I'll let you talk about it though, if you want to talk about it on your part.
Yeah. For sure.
568 films, notable movies, obviously Enter the Dragon. And then it was too many to list. So I just put every early Wong Fei-hung movie. He played opposite Quan Tak Hing as a villain, right? Feng Say You, these types of movies. I mean, look at the rosy cheek that Bruce Lee put that fist on him. that legendary hand switch is just incredible. Oh God, but I man. Okay. So I'm a victim of my age. So I didn't see any of his 50s movies. I've only seen 2 black and white Wong Fei-hung movies ever. Of the 132 that they made, I've only watched 2 of them, right? That he was in both of them. Because that's like way back in the day, obviously the choreography is not like what we know and what we love. So I can't get as much as I want to give it to him. I got to give it to Lo Mang. Lo Mang's entrance, his entrance in Kid with the Golden Arm. And he just walks into the room. Master, they send up a flare. Thank you. Guys, don't worry. These men won't survive. He just walks through the room.
I'll avenge you.
So freak. I know I got the quotes wrong, but the energy, the again, swag that he did when he walked through that room, I'll never forget that as long as I live. If you guys come to my funeral, like in another 40 years. In 40 years, come to my funeral. It's gonna be open casket, and you're gonna see me like this. Because I'm thinking of that role. I'm thinking of that moment. I'm thinking of that movie. So yeah. Let's see. What do you got? DK, I'll start off with you. What you got?
Oh, okay. So for me, yeah, it really does come down to what I've seen of Lo Meng in that movie, Kid with the Golden Arm, versus versus what was
Into
his
the
name?
Dragon.
No,
She can.
the
She
She
can.
Can. His performance in Enter the Dragon as Mr. Han. Gotta go with Lo Meng on this one. Like, imagine if Bruce Lee's character in Enter the Dragon had to put up with Golden Arm instead of Mr. Han. Imagine how much worse that fight might end up being. Maybe Lee would still win, who knows? But Mr. Han, like, as iconic as he is, Lo Meng really did something special with Golden Arm, especially considering that he was usually typecast as the hero for his movies.
Okay.
So I gotta go with him.
Okay. What you got, Dan?
Yeah, I gotta go Lo Meng too because I mean, dude's been a villain. I mean, dude's been a hero how many times? Like, you know, you can't count how many heroes, but to nail that role that he did and killed the Golden Arm, and you know, Mr. Han was just too old to, you know, I mean, can you come up with a better villain to go against Bruce in the finale of his worldwide, you know, U.S. debut, Warner Brothers to go against Mr. Han? Come on.
Right.
Yeah, so I just for the fighting prowess alone, you gotta go Lo Meng on this one.
Sifu, what you got?
Man, you guys are missing the point. So here's the deal. Lo Meng's amazing in one movie as a villain. Amazing. I give it to you. But Shiken, his body of work, yes, he was too old to go up against Bruce in that. We all know it should have been Bolo. That's the director's fault. That's not really. And the fact that he was just too old at the time. But you had Shiken with Bruce Lee at both their primes, it might have been a different story. That being said, it's almost to me like comparing, you got two great actors that do two things iconically, but at the same time, they're notarized. So what I mean is, like, say I put Anthony Hopkins up against Tom Cruise. They're both dope actors, but one is a freaking thespian. Shiken is like more of a thespian. This dude was in movies, was like, yeah. And to your point, Ant, we haven't seen a lot of these movies. I've only seen clips of this stuff. Only reason I'm so deep in this is because biasly, my grandmaster knew Master Shiken and always talked about how not only amazing of a person he was, an actor he was, but how dope of a martial artist he was. And even to prove that, he would show us, and there are like clips out there if you go on YouTube. The dude was amazing. Even in his 70s, he was still killing it. So just on the fact that he's just more that thespian actor, that guy that could bring it, he's just like really that deep of an actor. I gotta go Shiken. I got a picture up here we can show later if you want, Ant, of him and my grandmaster so you guys can see.
You can cue it up if you want. If you want to cue it up.
Oh, okay. I put it on there.
While you queuing up, I'm gonna go to Hidden Master. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. What you got?
I'm gonna have to agree with you because when it comes to villain in the present, sometimes it's not. I'm not always looking at the fight skills or what they can do. It's the presence they bring from being that villain character. And when it comes, even though 45 rocks the world, I'm gonna have to go with him because his presence of being a nasty villain is so much stronger than no one can get. And even though Kid with the Golden Arm, that was one of Lohan's extremely different roles from the things he always does, silly, outrageous, emotional characters. He nailed it with that suave, you know, typical cool bad guy.
Yeah.
But when it comes to nasty villain, I'm gonna have to go with it, man.
Okay, that's fair. Tony, did I go to you?
No.
Okay, talk to me.
Well, earlier you were talking about Yi Shang. We all knew that the first film you ever watched was Ten Commandments of Kung Fu.
Yeah, for me. Yeah.
You know that the first film I ever watched, martial arts film, was Kid with the Golden Arm on Channel 5.
Oh,
3
wow.
o'clock on a Saturday afternoon.
Wow.
And that's what started the obsession with martial arts films with my brothers and I. And for years, every time we saw him pop up in a film, we always referred to him as Golden Arms. So with that alone, with starting my obsession with martial arts, which I still hold to this day, and I have to go with Lo Meng, hands down.
Okay. What do we have? What do we have, son?
Chat is saying Lo Meng for this one. Oh, Yeah, not a single. Yeah, I'm
Really?
positive.
Okay.
We've said she can hear more than in the chat. Like in the chat, I don't see a single she can't. Well, the guru said even even Shinken's work, like his body of work, does not compare to one legendary role by Lo Meng.
Okay.
So yeah, between chat and what we've said here, Lo Meng's taking it.
Okay. Sifu Kwanzaa, you got that queued up?
I do. It's in there, but I think you have to pull it up.
I don't
I
see
put it
it.
in to present it.
I actually don't see it.
Oh, okay. Well, it's
Oh,
not.
wait.
Yes,
Oh, there it is. There it is. My bad. Here we go.
Yeah, you're good. Oh, there you go.
Look
All
at
right.
that.
Yeah. So real quick, that's him. My grandmaster is on Shikin's left, and that
The purple shirt.
Yes,
Okay.
that's Grandmaster Shum, who brought Eagle Claw Kung Fu to North America back in '74. So
Nice.
50 plus years, and actually on Shikin's right is a young Cynthia Rothrock. So this was
is her.
Yeah, that's her. So this was like the early '70s. They had an exhibition. I want to say '78 because when I talked to Cynthia Rothrock, she remembered this and she was like, "Yeah, we all did a performance. We all went up and this stuff." And she can actually perform that day. So yeah, the dude was a badass, man. He was a baddie.
Man, I'm so glad. Man, I ain't gonna get emotional right now, but I'm so glad I met y'all, man. It's wow. You all bring so much to this conversation. You guys have experiences and you guys have seen things and you know people. Thank you all again for being here. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Wow.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us, brother.
Absolutely. Wow. This is freaking fantastic. Okay. All right. Calm down.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
It says before presenting a screen, remove other. I have something else up. Oh,
I can take this.
Got it. I got it.
Too.
Okay. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Our next battle. Here we go. Bolo versus Mark Long. Can I go real quick? I want to speed. I'm gonna speed it up. I'm gonna go real quick. So first of all, number of films. Bolo 93, notable movies. Enter the Dragon, obviously. Hong Kong Superman, Dragon on Fire, The Fist that Kicks the Evils. Where his hair looked ridiculous. Writing Kung Fu, 36 Deadly Styles. And then the legendary Mark Long, right? 59 films. Obviously, Mystery of Chess Boxing, Ghostface Killer himself, Super Dragon, Mars Villa, 36 Deadly Styles, World of Drunken Master. For me, I'm going Mark Long because of his significance. Yes, Bolo also, some people call him the Shaolin Hercules. For me, Shaolin Hercules is Lo Meng, but I just feel like for what Mark Long means to the culture, right? Not that Bolo does not mean something for the culture, but Mark Long, the significance of that character and what it means to martial arts, what it means to hip hop is so significant. I gotta go with him. So for me, I'll just make it quick. Mark Long. What say you, Tony? Your mic, you're muted. You're muted.
Sorry about that, guys. It's for me, it's easy. It's Mark Long. His iconic role is Mystery Chess Boxing, the Ghostface Killer, has sent. I feel that's one of the films or one of the roles that sent martial arts movies into the stratosphere. To be honest,
especially over in the States.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an iconic role. It's one of the most famous roles I think of all time in martial arts films. And I mean, what more can you say? I thought Mystery of Chess Boxing should have won the tournament last time. I think I thought that I know you guys don't like that stop motion. I don't know what that was all about. I don't know what created that, but that for me didn't take away from the experience.
The movie's still fantastic. It's still fantastic. Yeah, absolutely.
But with me, for me, it's Mark Long.
Okay, nice. What you got, Dan?
You cannot. I repeat, you cannot have a villain tournament and not have Ghostface Killer at least go to the next round.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, can we argue about that? I mean, come on.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree.
I mean, I love Bolo, his significance with Bruce, his significance with Brandon Lieh. I mean, great villain, great actor, great, strongman, Chinese Hercules, but Ghostface Killer's a no-brainer for me.
Yeah. Okay. DK, what you got?
Also going with Mark Long. Ghostface Killer is just too iconic. I love Bolo Young's energy, like what he brings to the screen, and like if you were to be in like a one-on-one fight with him, like he'd be pretty scary. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, I'm going with Mark Long on this one.
He was dope in Bloodsport, and I think in Bloodsport he was like 55. He was like 55
Oh, really?
in Bloodsport.
Yep,
Yeah,
exactly.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That's
That's
amazing.
awesome.
Yep.
That's amazing because I'm
Crazy.
not 55 yet, and I ain't doing none of that.
Yep.
All right, what we got? What we got? Crack myself up. What we got? Hidden Master. What you got?
Well, I don't have the plate on my
Hey.
Mark all day on that one. Ghostface Killer. That movie are so iconic, because it makes you think. At first, you think, what's going on. All of a sudden he's just jumping in and trying to kill off everybody. What's going on?
Right.
His role, his character, and even in his scenes, they bring so much more than I think Bolo in his scenes. Because Bolo's done, he's done a lot of good movies, Shaw movies, all kinds of movies.
Oh yeah.
But there's something about Mark's presence that just really grabs you.
Facts.
Hmm.
Absolute facts. What you got, Quasi?
Listen, as much as I agree with you guys, Mark Long brought the heat, especially Mystery of Chess Boxing, Ghostface Killer, an iconic villain. But Bolo just your son's thoughts are exactly right. When I think of a villain where it's like, dude, like in the words of freaking Riggs from Lethal Weapon 3, Lethal Weapon 4, this dude's going to be a handful. You don't see Bolo and don't think you're going to have to really do something against this dude, man. He literally will pick you up with one arm and smash you down every movie.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to go with Bolo on this one.
Yeah. You broke my record. Now I
break you.
Like I broke your frame.
Brick don't hit back.
Right.
Yeah, you got people quoting that.
Okay. All right. We'll let that rock. We'll let it rock. So what are they saying in the chat, DK?
Okay, so for the chat, most people went with Mark, but there were some votes for Bolo. This one was closer overall between chat and what we've talked about here. Mark Long does get to go to the next round. But yeah, Bolo was closer. So
wait, someone corrected me. Bolo was 42.
42.
He was 42 in Bloodsport. Still,
Yeah.
that's impressive. That's still impressive.
That's true because that was 89. So yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
And
Let's see.
And we should have had Bolo versus Bruce Lee and Enter the Dragon. That's just crazy. But anyway.
No, I agree. Absolutely agree. All right. Okay, here we go. All right, next round. Philip Ko versus Chu Tit Wo. Philip Ko versus Chu Tit Wo. The tale of the tape. Philip Ko, a robust 252. That's respectable. 252 films. Notable movies: Canton and Iron Kung Fu, Duel of the Seven Deadly Tigers, The Loot, Goose Boxer, Eagle's Claw, Dragon Blood, Master and the Kid. You name it. He was in a lot of movies. A lot of movies you're like, damn, I didn't even know that was Philip Ko. Right? Like even his good guy role in 8 Diagram Pole Fighter, where he's like the chief monk, right?
yeah,
I didn't know that was Philip Ko. I found that out later in life. I was like, damn, that's Philip Ko? Sure was.
Yep. Balls.
Incidentally, it's really weird. Both of these guys are both in 8 Diagram Pole Fighters. I just noticed that.
Yeah.
So Chu Tit Wo, 59 films. I love him in Legendary Weapons of China. He's the one who's doing like the voodoo doll and everything. I love that. Crystal Fist. He's Double Phoenix Eyes. Crazy Horse, Intelligent Monkey, 8 Diagram Pole Fighter. So yeah, this is an interesting matchup. Let's start with Hidden Master. What are you thinking?
I'm gonna go with Feng just straight because I don't know. It was just something I don't know how to explain that. I'm gonna just go. I'm gonna take it short.
Say your vote again. Who'd you vote for?
Philip Ko.
Philip Ko. Okay. All right. Dan, what you got?
Yeah, I didn't even know the other guy's name. Chu Tit Wo. I never knew his name, but I remember him from all the Shaw Bros movies, and he's got that menacing face presence.
Yeah.
You know, he looks like a villain, but
Yeah.
I mean, I can't deny Phillips Coe's presence, his martial arts. He could do any style, man. If you ever watch that guy fight, he could do it all. I mean, he was just amazing, and he just did great roles when he did a villain. He played good heroes too, but his villain roles were just top notch. He was a top notch villain. So
for
Philip
me,
Coe all the way for me.
For me, his horse technique will forever live in my mind.
Oh, that horse technique was amazing.
The horse technique that he did in what is it, 2 on the Road? I
Man.
mean, that's forever. I know that's not a villain character, but that will forever live in my. I'll never forget that. That's a great fight scene. But anyway,
I actually got to watch that on the big screen when it came out.
Is that
2
right?
on the Road. Oh yeah, in
Really?
Times Square back in the days.
Man,
the house came down when he did the horse. It was awesome to watch. Yeah.
That's a fantastic one. Quasi, what are you thinking?
I'm going Philip Coe. It's just one of those things where he's just been in more movies that I've seen over the years, and you know, yeah, the body work to me, even Hot, Cool, and Vicious. So yeah, there's just a lot that I've seen. Philip Coe is just the man. So
okay, DK.
I'm going with Philip Coe too. My favorite role of him as a villain was against Iron Bridge Kun and Canton and Iron Kung Fu.
Okay.
Just seeing them go back and forth, it was awesome.
Oh, you do a great impersonation. Do the line. You have great eyes.
You have great eyes. Can you see your death? Tiger or just a scared pussycat?
I love that line. Yeah.
So he was awesome.
Who hasn't gone? Tony, did you go?
No, but I have to go with Philip Coe too because he's a natural. Even what's the name of that film with Dragon Lee, the tiger, the dragon, the hero?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where you saw where he kept copycatting everyone's style when he saw. I mean, when you could see him fight from a mile away. You know, it's Philip Coe. He just had that unique style, and again, graceful.
Yeah.
Graceful made it look easy. Any style, no matter what he did.
Yeah, I concur. I'll go Philip Coe for me. Philip Coe. What do we got? What's the count? What are they saying in the chat?
It's a Philip Coe sweep for this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Okay, let's move it along then. Let's keep it pushing. Next round. Chang Tao versus the Foot Doctor, Wilson Tong, baby. Wilson Tong, the Foot Doctor. Here we go. The tail of the tape. Chang Tao, respectable 224 movies. His notable movies, 5 Shaolin Masters. He has nothing but Kung Fu. Mysterious Footworks of Kung Fu. Mad Kung Fu. Got Kung Fu in a lot of titles. Wilson Tong, the Foot Doctor. 92 movies. Notable movies: Daggers 8, Kung Fu Genius, Snake Deadly Act, 36 Chambers of Shaolin, Snake and the Monkey Shadow, The Victim. I'm gonna go first with this one. I'm just gonna say it right off the gate. You know you a bad mofo when you appear just for 2 minutes. 2 minutes in The Victim, and you stole the show. Stole the show. In
you needed more time.
He was in 2 minutes in that movie. And he stole the show, right? Absolute ripped it. So for me, I'm just gonna make it quick. For me, it's Wilson Tong. What do you say, Dan?
Yeah, same thing. I'm not really familiar with the other guy that much. I don't really know of him, or I don't really never seen his name like on the screen.
Maybe I didn't draw him good enough. But if I showed you movies with him, you'll go, oh yeah, he's in a lot of early Gordon Liu movies, like Shaw Brothers movies. He's in Return to the 36th Chamber, and you'll know him if you see him. He's Crab in Mysterious Footworks of Kung Fu. If I showed you his live picture, maybe I didn't do it justice. I don't know. But anyway, sorry, continue.
Yeah, I'm going Wilson Tong. I mean, he's got, Daggers 8, Snake Deadly Act, Snake and the Monkey Shadow, and then, like you said, those 2 minutes. You'll never forget that scene with the Foot Doctor. You'll just never forget it. I mean, that's just iconic. So I'm going Wilson Tong.
Okay, nice. Quasi, what you got?
Yeah, listen, so Ching Tao is not as identifiable because he's in a lot of movies, but a lot of low-budget movies. So I've seen like sprinkles of him like throughout the years, whatever. Wilson Tong, it's a slam dunk. It's easy for me. Executioners from Shaolin. It's just there's a lot. Yeah, The Victim, like you guys said. So anyway, yep.
Okay.
Wilson
All
Tong.
right, Hidden Master.
same. I'm gonna go with the Foot Doctor because I mean his talent and just his on-screen presence. I'm gonna go ahead and go with him. Straight and simple.
Nice. DK.
Also going with Wilson Tong for me. Loved him in The Victim. Liked his screen presence in Snake and Deadly Act, at least from what I remember of it. Just brings it every time he's on screen. Dagger's 8, I loved him with the whole having that one fight where he's like, most times I only need one knife. I had to use 5 on you. You should be proud. It's just awesome seeing him go to work.
Yeah, that's what's up. Tony, what you got?
Smooth and effortless. Wilson Tong. Smooth and effortless. I mean, when have you ever seen him put on a bad performance? Even in Dirty Kung Fu, when he fought in Dirty Kung Fu, he fought the guy from Dirty Hole.
Wing.
Yeah, he fought Lord Car Wing, and he fought the guy from Dirty Hole towards the end. I'd never even Treasure Hunters when he was fighting the girl with the double daggers. He put up a good fight. Whatever. I told you, I think that I believe he did a little bit of the stunt work in the Snake and the Snake and the Monkey Shadow in the beginning when Charlie Chan fights the Monkey Master in the beginning of the film. You could tell that that's Wilson Tong when they show the back of the martial artist doing it. So Wilson Tong all the way.
Okay, fantastic. All right. I think Wilson Tong, as I'm looking in the chat.
It's a sweep.
It looks like the same. Okay, good. All right. We're almost at the end of this. Okay, here we go. All right. Yin Shi Quan versus Chia Kai. Let's look at the tail of the tape. Yin Shi Quan, 136 films, notable. He's the villain in Fearless Hyena. I love his voice in that movie. I can hear it right now in my head. Aren't you lonely living here alone? I love that voice.
You're dreaming.
You're dreaming. Iron Monkey, 36 Crazy Fists, The Rent Collector, Once Upon a Time in China, Killer in White, Shaolin Plot, The Master Strikes, and then Chia Kai. Chia Kai, again, he's another one of those characters who splits his time between sometimes playing a good guy, sometimes playing a villain. I picked him because, again, I like obscure techniques in kung fu movies. And even before I saw Two on the Road, I saw Chia Kai's horse technique. His horse technique, I thought was pretty special versus Angela Mao in Dance of Death. He's only done 25 films. I'm not sure why. I have to look into the history as to why he only did so few. King of Fists and Dollars, Little Hero, 37 Plots of Kung Fu, and 2 Crippled Heroes. Those are his villain roles. Let's start with Quasi. What do you think?
So Chia Kai, much respect. I've only seen him in Hot, Cool, and Vicious. So when I think of like villains that with the staying power, Yin Shi Quan, and mainly because it's most memorable to me. Like when I first started watching Jet Li movies, Once Upon a Time in China, just playing that villain at the end with the knife at the end of the braid, and then even an Iron Monkey playing the monk. It's just like he just played way too many badasses to me. So that's an easy vote for me.
Yeah, his longevity went into the 90s, and that's pretty. That's pretty. Yeah. What you got, Hidden Master?
I'm gonna agree with that too. I love his role, and didn't he also play Master Sickness as well? One of his roles.
And Dance of the Drunk Mantis. Yeah, Dance of the Drunk Mantis.
Iron Monkey, he was great in Iron Monkey too. So
yeah, he was great in Iron Monkey. Yeah, a lot of people, and what's crazy is you see that and you go, "Oh snap, that was him." Yeah, like that was him. It's like,
dude, he went toe to toe with freaking Donnie Yen, bro.
Right,
like crazy.
Exactly.
At his age.
What you got, DK?
I'm gonna have to go with Yin Shi Quan. I'm sorry, guys. My Fearless Hyena bias is through the roof with it being like one of my first kung fu movies.
Yeah,
seeing that since I was a kid.
Yeah, he loves that movie.
Yin Shi Quan was just so amazing in that. It's not that you won't run, you can't
run.
And then as for Chia Kai, I like him like when he's on screen, but my favorite performance from him isn't even as a villain. It's as the grandpa in Of Cooks of Kung Fu. So I think that adds to like the deciding factor for me.
Right. Dan, what you got?
Yeah, I got Yen Shi Kwan too. I mean, I first saw him like everybody else, probably in Fearless Hyena, and then seen him in the '90s in Iron Monkey and Once Upon a Time in China. Yeah, he's just a dynamic actor. You know, you could tell he, still practiced, martial arts in his later years because he was
Right.
so good.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not familiar with the other guy that much as well either. You know, I'm not really well schooled in him, but of course the Kung Fu, of course, but that's pretty much it. But that's not really a villain role. So yeah, I gotta go with the Iron Monkey with what did he have? The Iron Rope technique.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Sleeves. I think it was his sleeves.
King
Yeah,
Kong
Iron
Kong.
Sleeve. Yeah, Iron
King Kong
Sleeves.
Kong.
Yeah.
Nice. Tony, what you got?
His name is Yen Shin, the one from Fearless Hyena.
Yen Shi Kwan.
Yen Shi
Yen
Kwan.
Shi Kwan. Yen Shi
Yes.
Kwan. Yeah, I got Shi Kwan. I love how brutal he was. He has this awesome menacing look. I think he's always been very cruel, and he plays a role very well. It's just simple for me. I haven't seen as many films from the other guy. Is it the other guy, the one from the Seven Steps of Kung Fu, where he was a good,
Yes.
the master? Okay, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. He's pretty good too, but
Yeah.
I like the guy from Fearless Hyena better.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's safe to say that Yen Shi
Yen Shi
Kwan
Kwan sweep.
took this one as well. Okay.
Mhm.
Good. Okay, here we go. All right. Whoa, that was the end. That was the end of round one. That was the end of round one. So let me bring back. Let's get this back here. Let's cut that out. And that is the end of round one. All right. So you guys, like, tell me what are you guys thinking? How you guys feeling right now about what we have so far?
Yeah, I love it so far, man. It's been really interesting to me so far. Not too many upsets, unlike the first tournament you did, but I know it's going to get a lot tighter as we move into the next couple rounds. So it should be interesting.
And we're gonna and for the sake of time too, because I know your time is all precious. I'm gonna try to move things along a little bit faster too.
Got you.
You guys can keep talking though. Keep talking.
Yeah. What do y'all think?
I think it's amazing. It's going to be real tough in the second round. I know it's going to be hard because there's a lot of iconic villains that are going to be, going face to face off. I'm hoping we have some face offs, friendly competition face offs. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be some fun. It'll be fun.
Yeah. Out of all six of us here, who can put the meanest face? Actually, you can see it in my logo back there. Right? Who can put the meanest face?
I think you got it, Tone. I think you got it.
What do you mean by meanest face?
The meanest, the menacing, the most menacing.
He means a villain, like a villain face.
Right, as
like
a
a
villain.
villain face.
My
villainous face.
My villain face is whack.
Oh, dude.
Oh.
I always consider myself to be a hero character, so
I'm not a Machin Ku though. Machin Ku looks pretty mean.
Who's got predictions for the winner? Anybody?
Oh snap! Great question.
Listen, I think that
Wang
Long Wei and Wang Lieh has a good shot. Wang Lieh of making it to the final.
I think it's going to be really tough to defeat Wang Lieh. That's just started off the bat with him, freaking thunder legs. Yeah, that's a tough mountain to climb for whoever competes against him next and going into it.
Yeah.
What you thinking, DK? You got a prediction?
Top three out of every one of the winners for the first round: Lieh, Lieh, and I'm almost positive that Ghostface is going to make it. Mark Long.
Yes. Yeah.
They're in the top three for my predictions. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Can you guys help me out real quick? Who won versus Larkar Wing and Yi Shang?
Oh, let me go to that again.
Larkar Wing?
Yeah, it was Larkar Wing. He won that one.
All right, you guys can keep talking.
Yeah. Now, is anyone else got any predictions or?
What do you think, Mr. Almost messed you up. What Hidden Master? Who do you think? Who's your? Can you while I'm trying to set up for the next round, tell me you because you know some of these guys personally. Like, what is Lo Mang like? Like, what is he like as a? Is he cocky? Is he cocky like that for real, or is he like
They're always the opposite of the roles they play.
Really?
Yeah, especially Wang Wei, very opposite, and Charles Shan, extremely opposite from what he plays. Le Mans, he's real quiet. He's very quiet. And it
Would
could
it?
be that he's in America and didn't know anybody, and it was just, observing that, he had some of his friends, like Genie was there,
Mhm.
and
Would it
things
be?
like that.
Am I being too rude to ask? How did you come about any? You pick one. How did you come
Mhm.
about meeting like Lo Mang? How do you come about knowing him?
I got invited on a set. He was doing a movie project in Long Beach, and I got invited by Robert Samuels to go, to go on set, have dinner with them, to see a show, all that stuff. So I really got to hang out with him. And he was so amazing. When he saw my tattooed kid with the golden arm, he just freaked out. He couldn't believe it. He was like, "Oh
That's
my
dope.
god, oh my god!"
That's dope.
Yeah, he's special.
Wow.
He's a good, really nice person.
That's
Uh-huh.
awesome.
Wow, that's amazing, man.
Great way to honor the man.
Hey, you know what? It's
Yeah.
weird because I live in the Midwest, so nobody comes here. Like you don't see nobody. Sports people.
I was to
but-
say, people go to Chicago, bro.
Nah, man.
Come on,
Sports
dog.
people
Yeah,
do.
for that deep dish.
Listen, let me tell you, the
Hell yeah.
only person I've only met two people in
Uh-huh.
Chicago, and I met them both at the same time because they were dating. I met Jennifer Aniston and Vince Vaughn.
Okay.
And I met them. They were at a restaurant called American Girl, and I was going there to get a doll, and it's a restaurant like right next door.
Okay.
And the only other famous person I've ever met in my life was Scottie Pippen. I was in the elevator with him.
I was about to say, I was about to ask you if you ever met the GOAT. You never met Jordan?
No.
Oh,
But I will tell you.
okay.
I will tell you that I did go to his restaurant,
Yeah.
hoping to meet him. To meet him, and then they were like, and then the lady told him, I was like, "Is Michael here?" She's like, the waitress was like, "He never comes here." I'm like, "What?
Yeah.
What are you telling me?"
Joe.
What about you all?
Joe,
Have you all ever met anyone famous?
Joe Rogan was at my house a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, you of course.
Oh yeah, Tony's
you of course. You're teaching him how to play pool.
That's him with my son.
Oh, nice.
You're teaching him how to play pool, right?
Well, I know Joe. I've known Joe since I'm 21 years old because he's always been a pool player. That's us right there.
Wow, look at you.
Yeah, that's my boy though. That's my little boy over there.
Oh,
yeah, nice.
Sweet. So
someday
someday, hopefully, your son will come to love kung fu movies through osmosis, the way my son did.
Listen, I've been trying to get him into martial arts films, and he hates him because I watch him a lot. But the other day, I think I'm finally starting to get in there a bit. And I told him that John Liu can kick someone that's holding him from behind. And then he said, "Oh, I can do that." And then he threw himself on the bed flat, and then threw a kick, making believe that he kicked someone. And then he says, "I can get you martial arts lessons." So he says, "No, I'm going to practice. I'm going to watch more kung fu films with you. I'm going to save you and mommy a lot of money."
Oh, look at that!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, man.
You hearing that, son? You hearing that?
Get him on the Secret Rivals track.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, I started my son off really young, and he knew all the words to all the movies. We would have time where I give him, "Hey, you pick a movie at this time." And at the time, his favorite was my auntie because he liked car.
Oh wow!
My son has pictures with Fung. We got to spend a lot of time with Fung. I have pictures with Fung carrying him and all kinds of
Wow.
That's awesome. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh my God, that's freaking.
That's like all our dreams to be able
you
to
got
meet our heroes.
stories.
Yeah.
You got stories. I'll put some tattoos. I'll put some tattoos on my body and just walk around California and New York and just hope somebody, we're gonna be going. The plan is to go this fall. We're going to this thing called the Urban Action Showcase, and well, what am I telling you? Know what that is? I'm not telling you nothing you don't know about. Well, the only reason I'm going, I support you completely, by the way. the only reason I'm going, Hidden Master, is because I've never been. I just want to say that I went. Now I've been warned that it's meh. right?
Oh,
And
I thought
I know
You
you,
put your
me and you,
money into something better than that.
yeah,
You
me and
know,
you,
you
me and
think
you
you
have talked,
washed out.
right, right.
I'm not gonna lie,
No, no,
you
I
washed
got you,
out,
I got you.
and you're gonna be mad that you wasted your
OG,
money.
No, I
OG.
got you. She got stories. I know where you going with this.
Mm-hmm.
I hear
Right.
you, but you should know one other thing about me. I never been to New York, and
Which is
so
crazy to me.
right,
That's
I never
crazy.
been to New York, and so that's like giving me the excuse to go. Truthfully, I'm going to the Urban Action Showcase, but I'm going with very low expectations, and I want to see other things. That's not the only reason I'm going. I want to see.
I'll give you Angela's address so that way you can go visit her at the restaurant.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, I want to see Angela Miles restaurant. I want to
Yeah.
go there. I want to see Chinatown. I want to see what New York's Chinatown looks like. So those are like the main things. And then supposedly Tony's supposed to take us to some spot that has New York pizza because I'm a Chicago person. I've never had New York style pizza. I want to try it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's like
I
that's
didn't
like
know.
my main.
I didn't know you were still going. You told me last time that you weren't really going to go.
Nah,
So.
the old lady convinced me to go because she made a very good point. Again, she's like, don't let someone else tell you what the experience is. She
Yeah.
goes,
Mm-hmm.
even if they're right, just go see it for yourself. And then if they're right, they're right. But she goes, you may find some value in it that maybe someone else may not have. Now, me and you, Hidden Master, we've had our conversation, and I'm on your side. I believe you.
Oh,
I've seen and the stuff that me and you talked about, I've seen that kind of stuff happen before, and they do it a lot to women. So I know exactly where you're coming from. So respect is there. But I just want to go because I just want to see. Now, if they come and say, "Oh, we're doing the Last Dragon again," nah. And I might, they done had the anniversary of Last Dragon every year, and
Well,
I'm like, no, I'm cool.
I think the cat's gonna be there again. That's a pretty
Oh
safe bet.
Lord.
I mean, they come
Oh.
every year, but I
Well,
mean,
let me know
you
if you're going to go for sure so that I can book everything.
Okay. I'll know for sure at the end of this month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, if there was a way that all of us could get together and go to, like, here's a perfect example. This weekend in Arizona, right now, happening as we speak, is the Martial Arts Film Festival. It's being held in Arizona. And they doing screenings, demonstrations. I mean, they giving an award show for best martial arts movie of 2024. They doing all kinds of seminars and whatnot, and it looks amazing. Had I known, I probably would have moved this date and I would have went because I've again never been to a film festival, so I would love to have gone.
Yeah, they had them. They had one in New York by Chinatown for years, and by Lower East Side of Manhattan too. They would do the martial arts film festival every year, but I think they stopped it a number of years ago.
Oh wow. So yeah,
So that was a treat.
yeah. So I'm ready. I'm ready to just try something different. So
Hazuo said, I've not yet had the good fortune of meeting any person connected with martial arts before going to Urban Action Showcase. Closest was Roddy Piper and Keith David.
oh, Keith David, I know who that is.
I met
Roddy
Jackie
Piper
Chan
was
one time.
a legend.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's the only famous martial art, but that's the goat to me. So
And I might actually go to I'm thinking about if they have like a world premiere of the new Karate Kid movie, I actually might just do a whole weekend in California. So I might go see if I can go to the world premiere of I'm waiting for tickets. I'm waiting to see if when tickets go on sale in California, I think I might go and check out the world premiere of the new Karate Kid movie and do a review from there. So we'll see.
Cool.
I'm ready. We're ready for round two. Now the rounds will go a lot faster, especially now that we've whittled it down and we've kind of already said some things. So try if you can to let's not go bloviate too long on the topic, but you can still expound on it if you want. But we are now ready for our next round. So
Awesome.
why don't we get cracking? And here we go. You keeping count, okay, DK?
Yeah, I am.
All right, here we go. Oops, I did that too fast. Let's do it again. Round two. Okay, here we go. So we have our team of 16. We've got Lieh versus Eddie Ko, Kufang versus Mark Long, Johnny Wang Lung Wei versus Larkar Wing, Lo Mang versus Yin Shi Quan, Lu Fang versus Fung Hak On, Yun Shun Yi versus Philip Ko, Lo Lai versus Hoi Sang Lee, and Chang Shang versus Wilson Tong. So what I propose we do is why don't we just go so it doesn't get confusing? Why don't we just do one whole side, right?
Mhm.
And then we'll go over to the other side and just go straight down. Is that cool with everyone?
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Okay. All right. Well, here we go. All right. So first up, we got Huang John Lee versus Eddie Ko. What you got? Anyone can go. Anyone wants to go.
Wang Li is just yeah.
Yeah, I don't even think we need to have a discussion.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
this
everyone's
was
gonna
a
pick
unanimous.
Wang Zheng Li. I think
That was
we
in
might as well
unison.
just
You almost
might
made
as
me
well
choke on my
just-
water. That was hilarious.
Yeah, I think we need just to just go on the chat to see what they say. But I think that
Right.
everyone is on the same page for this
Okay.
one. Agreed, Dan, DK,
Happy for this
a
one.
hidden master, and Quasi, right?
Wang Li.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, sir.
All right. What are they saying in the chat?
So it looks like they haven't caught up yet because they haven't said anything between Huang Zhang Li and Eddie Ko.
Yeah, they
The
still
last
talking about-
comments,
They talk
last
about
comment,
Karada.
yeah.
Well, I hope they catch up.
Karada did win between him and Hoi Sang Lee.
Okay,
Oh.
Bernard is there. Okay, so Bernard says Huang John Lee. I got a feeling everybody's gonna go with Huang John Lee.
Oh, wait. I think I see what they're pointing out. You put Hoi Sang Lee in the bracket, but he lost, remember?
Where?
Versus Lo Lieh.
Wait,
Yeah.
That's how much we want him.
Is that right?
Yasuaki Karada is supposed to be. He's supposed to be there, not Hoi Sang Lee. Hoi Sang Lee
that's
lost.
right. Right.
Oh, my
He
bad.
did.
Wait. Tell me again so I could get it right. I apologize.
Hoi
You fix
Sang
the draw.
Lee.
You fix the draw. You fix the draw.
Hoi Sang Lee lost the round.
Hoi
He
Sang Lee
lost-
lost around to whom?
It's
Yasuaki
actually
Karada.
correct. Don't change it.
Oh, that was an upset. Okay.
Yasaki Karada. Yeah.
So you're
Probably Hidden Master. I think that is like the biggest upset of the first
Yeah,
round.
that's the biggest.
The fix is in. The fix is in.
No. I'm sorry.
Hey, listen, your
fixing-
boy Rolly Romero beat Ryan Garcia last night.
I saw that.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it was lackluster from the highlights from what I saw.
Yeah, it was.
All right, here we go. I got it now. Sorry about that. Apologies to everyone. Hey, this is live television. Things happen.
Live YouTube.
All right, live YouTube rather. Okay,
So
here we go.
So for
Hold
Huang
on.
Zhang Li versus Eddie Ko, Haswell said, "What's the point in even coming to the chat? They were right." And then everyone voted for Huang Zhang Li.
Yeah.
All right, okay. So then Huang John Lee. All right,
Sweet.
go down the line. Kufang versus Mark Long.
Haswell, see my point.
It's gonna be the same thing for me. It's a no-brainer.
Which is what's the no-brainer?
Mark Long.
You going Mark Long over Kufang?
Yeah.
All right. What? Dan.
Ghostface Killer.
Okay. DK.
Mark Long. Yep.
Hidden Master.
Kufang.
Oh, see. It's not unanimous.
Oh wow. Okay.
Not
Okay.
unanimous. See that?
Right.
Sifu, what you got?
Yeah, I'm going Mark Long on this one. Yeah.
Yeah, again, I'm going Mark Long too because although again, Kufang gets mad respect from me for the Iron Man award. That's fantastic. He's the only one who's even comes close to Qian Shi. But I got to go with Mark Long just for what he means to the culture. So I'm gonna go with Mark Long. And what do we have here in the? Oh wait, we got Kufang.
So far, it's looking like a tie. So Hidden Master said Kufang.
Bernard. Kufang.
Bernard said Kufang. Half Stuntman said Kufang. The Guru said Kufang. I'm saying Mark Long. You said Mark Long, right, Dad?
Correct.
Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 versus 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait. Right now, Mark Long. Unless, no, now it's tied with Bobby. Kufang.
What about the Guru? Yep, the
The
guru.
guru said
Bobby
Kufang.
Cole's
So
man.
now it's tied. We
You
need
have-
some tie breaking.
When you have people panicking at the sight of a metal plate before you even see the enemy, right, into your field of view, that takes it, Mark Long. Right.
So
he threw the plate down, was like, Ghostface Killer.
So yeah, it's Mark Long, but it's close. Now
Okay.
Seiza, it's tied again. See,
So y'all
this one's
trying to
neck and
ruin
neck.
y'all trying to ruin my live stream. I will override all of y'all.
So this one's neck and neck right now.
Wow.
Anyone
That's
else
it. In the chat,
no
no
one
one else
that
in the
wants
chat.
to
No one else in
vote?
the chat.
Well, we got to see. Seiza put in the last vote for Kufang, so now it's tied 6-6.
Wow. Really? That's interesting. We got 13 people watching. We need someone to break that. Let's see. All right. Should I use this? Should I use the judge's privilege to override?
I'm
Did you voted already?
Wait. Hazuo. I don't see Kufang
Kufang in the Wu-Tang Clan.
in the Wu-Tang Clan. So Hazuo, what are you saying? Are you saying Bobby Coltrane is in now?
Oh, Bobby changed his vote. He said, I typed the wrong one. I'm at work.
Mark Long. He changed it to Mark Long.
And H. Rich is also adding Mark Long. So
Okay.
Mark Long is coming out on top.
All right. So we got Mark Long. So far, Wang John Lieh, Mark Long. All right, let's keep it moving. Ready?
Yeah.
Johnny Wang Lung Wei versus Lar Kar Wing. Woo.
Johnny Wang all day.
Me too, Johnny Wang, because his body of work is incredible.
Okay. Dan?
Wang Long Wei.
Sifu.
Larkar Wing, baby.
My guy. DK.
Iron Robe.
Iron Robe. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Listen.
Johnny
For
Wang.
me, Dirty Ho, Marshall Club, even you know what? He even was in have you ever seen New Legend of Shaolin?
Mm-hmm.
He's in that dart battle with grandma and they're throwing darts at each other. That's a great fight.
Oh,
yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, New Legend of Shaolin. Yeah, he's in some dope ones. I'm gonna go with Johnny Wang Lung Wei. What are they saying in the chat? It looks the same way.
Looks like a Johnny Wang sweep with you got a couple votes for Larkar Wing.
H. Rich goes Larkar Wing. Okay.
And Bobby.
Okay.
But yeah, it looks like a Johnny sweep.
Okay. I'm sorry all. Johnny Wang Lung Wei advances. This is gonna be really interesting when we get even closer. Okay. All right. Next one. Lo Mang versus Yen Shi Quan. I'm gonna go first on this one. This is as far as Lo Mang goes. This is my guy. He's my guy. But this is as far as he goes. He made it past the first round. But truthfully, he's a hero character. Let's be honest. He's a hero character. If we ever decide to do another one of these and we do a hero villain, he might make it to the top 4, right? But this is as far as a villain tournament. This is as far as he goes. Yen Shi Quan has a nice body of work, a lot of recognizable roles and some iconic movies. I'm going Yen Shi Quan. What y'all got?
Yen Shi Quan.
Yeah, agreed.
What you got, Tony?
Yen Shi Quan.
Sifu.
You know my opinion. Lo Mang shouldn't have made it past the first round on this. So Yen Shi Quan.
That's fair.
That is
100% fair.
That is the quote of the evening. You shouldn't have made it this far. All right. So we've completed this side. Let's move over to the other side. All right. We have oh my goodness gracious. All right. We got Liu Feng versus Fung Hack On.
Okay,
I'll let you guys go first.
For me, this one is easy, and I pick Liu Feng only because when I think about both of their performances as villains, the most memorable ones for me is Liu Feng.
Okay, that's fair.
All right.
Okay.
Liu Fang for me.
Liu Fang. Okay, what you got, DK?
Yeah, Lu Feng or Hidden Master. Is it pronounced Lu Fong? I didn't know. If that's how. Okay, yeah, Lu Fong. I'll go with him.
Dan,
Lu Feng.
Sifu.
Damn, as much this is harder. As much as Lu Fong is dope, just like you, and Fung Hak Ong is my guy. So I'm going a little more Fung Hak Ong.
All right. I'm putting this on the record.
Yeah.
If I'm ever hanging out with Hidden Master and she's like, "Oh, do you mind that I invited a friend of mine to lunch?" And Lu Fang comes and sits at the table after I have my heart attack. I want him to know that I voted for him. So Lu Fang. So I'm going Lu Fang all the way. It looks like it's unanimous.
Yeah.
Also, I'm looking in the chat. Oh yeah, everyone. Lu
Fang sweep.
Oh yeah, Lu Fang sweep. Okay, Lu Fang. Great. Okay, here we go. Yun Shun Yi versus Philip Ko. I'll start it off. Again, when I look at Yun Shun Yi, I see a hero character, right? Dance of the Drunk Mantis and Buddha's Fist and these types of movies. So I'm going with Philip Ko because in my mind, I can only think of 2 movies of him as a hero. I see him as one of the quintessential villains of martial arts cinema. I think he is extremely versatile. He's good with weapons, good with his hands. He's done some memorable villains. He's fantastic. I'm going Philip Ko.
Agreed. Philip Ko.
Okay.
Philip Ko for me.
Yeah, Philip Ko for me too.
Philip Ko Fei.
Okay. DK.
Philip Ko for sure.
Okay. In the chat, I'm seeing Philip Ko's.
It's a sweep.
I'm seeing Philip Ko's. I'm seeing lots of Philip Ko's. Even H. Rich is going with him. Yep. Teaser. Cesar. By the way, shout out to everyone in the chat. Thank you all so much for holding us down and being here.
That's right. Thank you for being here.
Truly
guys.
appreciate it.
Gals.
We know that it's Saturday. Probably where you are is beautiful out. So that you took the time to spend time with us, I truly appreciate it. It means a lot. And thank you so much. We'll give you special shout outs at the end of the stream. But again, I appreciate you all so much for being here. Thank you. 1,000 thank yous.
Grateful for all the participation.
Absolutely. Okay. So that's a Philip Ko win. We're gonna get there. This is gonna wrap up pretty quickly. Lieh versus Yurosaki Kurata, who should never have made it into this round. This is an easy one for me. I mean, White Lotus, Lieh.
Same for me. Priest Pame.
Yeah, Lieh.
DK?
Yeah, this is for Lieh. Like to Quasi's point about how Lo Meng shouldn't have made it past the first round, I also agree that Kurata should not have made it past the first round. So I'm going with Lieh on this one.
Cesar, all the way from Brazil. How dare you, sir? How dare you? How dare you? From Brazil.
The rebel without a cause.
I can't believe it. No
Not
way.
the traitor.
No way, Cesar. No way. No way do you take him over Lieh. No way. All right, sorry. In the chat, same thing. We got a lot of freaking
Lieh sweep. Cesar and
sweep.
H. Rich just said Kurata, but pretty much everyone else picked Lieh.
The guru says easy. That's right.
Yeah.
All right. And then here we go again. We got Chang Shan. Oh, this is a hard one. This one is hard. This one is hard.
This is a tough one.
Chang Shan versus Wilson Tong. All right. I'm gonna go first again, real quick. Let me just say something. Chang Shang has played a lot of villains that you like go, damn, he's the villain of Cooks and Kung Fu. Damn, he's the villain in 7 Steps of Kung Fu. And he's always great. The choreography is dope. It's dope. But it's something about this little skinny, wiry dude. Am I lying? Does he not have a small frame?
He's got a thin frame.
Wilson Tong has a small frame, and yet He is so deadly.
Oh,
I-
yeah.
I gotta go with him. I gotta go with Wilson. As much as I love Chang Shang, I gotta go with Wilson Tong. So for me, it's Wilson Tong.
I'm picking Wilson Chang simply because he's done more work as a villain, I feel, than Chang Chang. Nothing against Chang Chang, but I mean, he's done way more films than he has, and he's never, like I say, he's never put on a bad performance.
Okay. Everybody else, what you got, Kwanzi?
I can go with that. Wilson Tong. Yeah, as much as iconic as Chang Shan is, yeah, Wilson Tong. Just more work to.
Damn, what you got?
Yeah, when you're going heroes versus villains, you got to go Wilson Tong. He's got better body of work as a villain.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let me take this down, you guys. Let's talk a little bit more. Tell me what you're all thinking, and let me set up for the next round. We're moving along. It's cooking. We cooking.
Oh,
Sweet.
Almost done.
yeah. Are we
I
still
didn't realize
feeling?
how much anxiety I'd have from all of this.
Hey, you know,
Wang,
there was this one time in New York City where I went to the premiere of one of Jackie Chan's films, and I went to this one because they said he was going to show up for the premiere, and they had a bunch of people outside one of the famous theaters in Midtown Manhattan. I don't remember the name of it. And some little guy shows up like an hour before the film, jumps out, and he starts bouncing up and down, bouncing up and down. I'm saying, man, who is that? I didn't recognize him. Right? This is when I first started getting to these films. And when he went inside the theater, I said, anyone know who this is? And this guy said, oh, that was Jet Li. I said, that was Jet Li? Really? Wow, he's short.
Wow.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. No more than 20 minutes later, Jackie Chan shows up in a stretch limo. Gets out. No, I kid you not. He gets out. He was no more than 10 feet away from me. I kid you not. I got goosebumps that day, and I got a feeling inside myself that day that I've never forgotten to this day. It was a special feeling, man. And all he did the entire time when he was walking in the theater was like this.
Yeah.
That's all he did. That's all he did the entire time. And he looked at me and he looked at everyone that was here, and I said, wow, this is such an awesome moment. So I said, if I felt like that, imagine how you must feel, Jay, knowing some of these martial artists. Must be an incredible feeling for you. You know, kudos to you for, you know, making something like that happen, because that's not something that's easy. But I give you all the credit in the world. That's got to be an amazing feeling to know these martial artists, because these are people that we look up to all our lives, right? So I can only imagine how you feel about that.
Yeah, it was, you know, it still seems so surreal because you can find a lot of them on Facebook. You gotta understand these are old school people. They're gonna go with MySpace and Facebook. If you're looking for them on Instagram, you're not gonna find them. You know what I mean? And they're ready to talk, believe it or not. But a lot of them will talk back with you. You know, that's how I got to build relationships with them. It's just communicating and asking questions. And the fact that I was a female, they were like really shocked. Like when Feng came down, I remember we were sitting at like the little kitchen table in the B&B, and he was like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "I have fans in America." I said, "You have hundreds and thousands."
Yeah.
Of fans
Yeah,
in
of
America.
course.
Yeah, it's so many of them that don't know. It's so many of them that don't know what they mean to us. Yeah.
Isn't it true that a lot of them didn't even know how famous they were, because when they
Right.
first started working for Shaw Brothers, they were stuck in the studio, living there for a year or two, and then when they finally came out, all of a sudden people giving us.
Well, a lot of that happened because during the type of contracts they did, and that's why they have so many different names, 2 to 3 names, is to avoid problems with contracts. Like when they started moving towards Golden Harvest, a lot of them were still kind of in contracts, so they had to change it up to work. And Golden Harvest was paying way more money. Shaw Brothers was a very slave-driven, you know, studio.
Wow,
So
that's a
a
shame.
lot of them would be working for change, doing 2, 3 movies at a time.
Wow,
I didn't know that.
that's incredible.
That's crazy.
Man,
I'm pretty sure if only they knew back then what they know now, right?
Yeah.
It's like now I'm thinking, man, my life ain't shit. I just this you have lived. I ain't done shit. I'm just
I'll
was
share
a
really
little-
quick one of my most amazing but at the same time depressing semi-martial arts stories. So I work in radio, so I've met a few people here and there, but martial artists not so many. Like I said, Jackie Chan one time. Jackie was amazing. Forgot about this, but years ago when Romeo Must Die was out, Jet Li came to the studio with Isaiah Washington with Aaliyah. So they all came to do the promotion
Wow.
tour and all that. They came through the studio, had a poster. I got signed by all three of them. Jet Li signed the poster, Wong Fei Hung. So in Cantonese, it was the dopest shit ever, stuff ever, excuse me. Had the poster, had it framed and everything. I used to live in Jersey, moved to Jersey, had a house there, had the thing framed up in my office. When I moved back to California, the moving company lost the poster.
What?
Oh my God!
Wow.
I would have been disgusted,
devastated. Yeah,
I'm
like to
disgusted.
me,
I'm disgusted for you.
I'm so devastated. But and like I said, two signatures, and no disrespect to Isaiah Washington, he's the man too, but never gonna get a Jet Li signature again, probably never meet him again, and obviously never gonna get an Aaliyah signature again.
Wow.
So to have all those three on one poster, it was like, oh, to lose that anyway. So that's my.
You sure the mover didn't know it was actually in there and kept it for him or herself?
Well, this is like 10 plus years ago. So yeah, who the hell knows? I doubt it.
Yeah.
Wow.
But anyway.
All right. So here we go. This is probably our final segment. So here we go. Everybody ready? Rounds 3, 4, 5 is gonna go really quickly. So here we go. Here we go. All right. Our 8 single elimination. Right?
Oh my God!
Oh, man.
Oh God!
Now that you can see their faces,
Oh my God,
seeing
man!
it. You seeing the legends. They're all right
Oh
here.
God, this is so hard, man.
These are the legends.
Yeah.
These are.
I feel like I'm playing. I feel like I'm playing in a U.S. Open or a World Championship.
It's like trying to pick your. It's like trying to pick your favorite child.
Yeah.
All right. So we have. I'll just say the names really quickly again. We have Huang Lieh versus Mark Long. We have. We have. I forgot his name. Johnny Wang Lung-wei. Johnny Wang Lung-wei versus Yen Shi Quan. We've got Liu Feng versus Philip Ko. We've got Lo Lai versus the Foot Doctor Wilson Tong. All right.
Wow.
Here we go. So first up, we've got, and we're gonna advance the pictures after this. We have Huang Lieh versus Mark Long. What do you guys have? Right now I have Huang Lieh.
Yeah.
I have Wang Lieh just on the body of work, period. He's done way more films than this guy, more memorable films. I love Mark Long to death, but Wang Lieh.
Okay.
Just go ahead and bring Wong Lieh's picture down there, brother.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. In the next,
Lee.
okay. In the next, everybody's with Huang Lieh. I only see one.
Bobby saying Mark Long, but everyone
in the
else
chat.
said.
Everyone else saying Huang Lieh. Okay. All right. Moving to the next segment, we have Johnny Wang Lung-wei versus Yen Shi Quan. I'm gonna go with Johnny Wang Lung-wei again.
Same thing here.
Johnny
Yeah, same here.
It's almost as if the number one seeds all are advancing.
Yeah, it kind of is. They were the
There's
top.
a reason for this.
Goodness. H. Rich says Yen Shi Quan. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
I'll address something H. Rich said later when we get to the last one.
Okay. All right. So far the chat is not saying we only got one Johnny Wang Lung-wei.
3. We got 3 for the chat.
Okay, I see Half Stunt Man did it. Yeah, Half Stunt Man has one. Okay, now I'm seeing them. Here we go.
Yep.
There we go.
4.
Okay,
People
everybody's
said
going Johnny Wang Lung-wei. Okay. All right, here we go. Over on the other side, we've got Liu Feng versus Philip Ko.
Liu Feng for me. Philip Ko has also played hero roles, whereas Liu Feng, he's been mostly the villain.
And those eyebrows are legendary.
That's true.
Man. I'm gonna go with Liu Feng. And I have a question. I swear I'm not trying to be disrespectful. but I need to know this. I think Hidden Master, you might be able to answer this question. Does he have a dead eye or a crossed eye or something? Like you see that in person, or is that just he's doing that for the movie? Because it seems like in some movies his eye looks like straight, and in some movies it looks like it's kind of dead. Or is that just a scowl?
I've noticed that. I've noticed that he does that when he's focusing, like if he's doing it if he has a weapon of some sort and he's focusing, I've seen that, but it's not it's not that when you're communicating. I think what I focus is on something while I'm listening, I don't know. But I don't recognize that dead eye.
Okay, that's fair. No, I was just curious because I've seen it in a couple of movies. I'm like, man, that is a menacing look. Is he doing that on purpose, or is that just for my vote, I'm gonna go with Lu Feng. What do you guys say?
I'm with Lu Feng as well on this one. That's easy.
Dan, you're not saying anything.
This is tough because I love them both, but these are both my guys. But I mean, if I go one way or the other, I gotta go with Philip Cole. I love Philip Cole.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Tony.
I don't know who to pick, man. I don't know who to pick. I love them both equally. They're both incredible martial artists. I'm trying to think of all the films that I watch him in. But oh man, but I have to think about the fact that even though they're both greatly skilled, I would give the edge to Lu Fang when it comes to the weapons.
Okay. No, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So for that reason, I'm gonna pick Lu Fang.
Yeah, we've seen him with a lot more weapons. I would.
The son of the clouds or something like that. Remember?
Sun coming through the clouds. Yeah, the cloud comes down. Yeah, I love that. That's Magnificent Ruffians, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that movie.
The Guando.
Let's see. And in the chat,
mostly Lu Feng.
Yeah, I see a couple Philip Coles, but it's mostly Lu Feng's. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. All right. And then in the final matchup down at the bottom here, we've got Lieh versus Wilson Tong. Oh, what do you guys?
For me, that one is easier only because remember I told you I like the more graceful looking fighter, whatever, and I've never viewed Lieh as smooth looking or anything like that, even though he had a kind of like Wilson Tong has. So for me, I'm going to pick Wilson Tong.
Okay. What are you all saying?
I'm going Pai Mei, aka Lieh.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Hidden Master, what you got?
Lieh, for sure.
Lieh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. DK?
Lieh, for sure.
Dan?
Lieh, because iconic characters he's played. I mean, he's just a man. I mean, that's Pai Mei. So yeah, Lieh.
Man, I actually have to go with Tony on this one. I gotta go with Wilson Tong.
You're going with the Foot Doctor?
The choreo, the fight choreo is the fight choreo is consistent.
Unbelievable.
It's consistent, and I
might be able to change your mind, Dad.
When you see him listen, like Lieh is he's played a single character 3 times, right? And he hasn't added much to the character other than in the second one when you try to hit him, he floats back, right? He kind of floats. That's great. That's great. The choreo in those movies are great, and he has played a lot of iconic roles. But man, Wilson Tong's choreo in all his movies is always crispy. The Victim.
Well, yeah, if you were to put a comparison,
Snake in the Monkey Shadow, Daggers 8, Snake Deadly Act, Dirty Kung Fu. It's just so. Have any of you ever seen the movie? It's no, that's Casanova Wong. Never mind. I was thinking of Method Man, the movie. He's just fantastic. Even it's hard to follow Johnny Wang Lung Wei in Dirty Ho because remember, first Gordon Liu went to see Johnny Wang Lung Wei, and they were fighting over wines, right? Different flavors wines. Then he goes to another guy. It's Wilson Tong. Now they're fighting over like antiques, and it's hard to match what Johnny Wang Lung Wei did in his fight, but he did it. He matched him. I thought that fight was equally good. They were foot fighting, right? Because he had blades on the bottom of his feet, and I was just like, man, this is so freaking awesome. I don't know. I just really like Wilson. I just like him so much. Even in the beginning, think about this. He's in. If you watch Clan of the White Lotus, that's him. That's him in the opening credits.
Yeah, the old master.
Yeah, he's playing Lole's brother.
Exactly. And it's like, look, you have to look closer. You're like, holy crap, that's Wilson Tong right there. I mean, he's just fantastic, man. So that tells you something, that they held him in high regard to let him play that role. I gotta go with him. So that's mine, but I think I'm gonna lose on this one.
No, I mean, this one's fairly close. So you got 6 for Wilson Tong and then 6 for Lole.
Right.
Now hold on, Quasi, what did you pick?
I picked Lole.
So that makes it 7/6.
Wow.
Look how close that is.
It was close.
Yeah,
it was close.
And
Okay,
also,
at least it was close.
I gotta address something. So
yes, please.
H. Rich pointed out something about Wilson Tong. This might change your vote, Dad. It might not. The foot doctor in The Victim was not Wilson Tong. It was Young Biao doubling for him.
Yeah,
it was Young Biao.
So that breaks the illusion.
Also, I'm gonna throw in. Sorry, I know I love Wilson Tong also, but which villain is just more recognizable even to this day? When you show that face, most people are probably going, "I may."
You said it that way. You're making me change my mind.
Damn,
This is not a choreographed tournament. This is a villain tournament.
yeah.
Yes,
That
that's true.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What's the most recognizable villain?
And exactly. So that's to your point. Exactly.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So all right, I changed my vote. All right, I'm going with Loli.
So that makes it 8
more
to
iconic.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I want to make sure that my vote is good enough for a master. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, cool. All right. So now we're down to our final 4. Give me 1 second. Let me switch these out real quick. Give me 1 second. Where y'all at?
I was surprised how close that one was, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where are my people
It's
at?
definitely harder now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I am biased on this one because my top 2 are on the same side.
Are they?
Oh, snap. Wait.
So,
Let's talk about that.
I'm not going to say who. I'm saying my top 2 are on the same side. So
no, let's
for me,
talk
it's going
about
to be
that.
extra rough.
Let's talk about that. Who are your top 2?
Wang Lung Wei and Wang Lieh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, those are good picks.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, this is turning out to be is basically a battle of number ones, yeah?
Yes.
Very interesting. Very
Right.
interesting.
All right. Okay, bringing it back up. Try to get y'all up out of here so y'all can get to y'all families and whatnot. Here we go. Let's do this. Boom. 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 And we are. How did I do that?
Yeah, this is definitely the toughest one yet.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hey, what's happening?
Wow.
I don't want to.
There we go. All right. You say you don't want to vote. She said, I don't want to vote. All right.
Why
Here we go.
don't we just rename this the top 4 villains of all time?
No, we gotta. Hey, no. It's like that movie. If you ever seen that movie Highlander, they have to fight. There can be only one. There can be only one.
Right.
All right. So we got. Hey, let's talk about it. We got Johnny Wang Lung Wei versus Huang Lieh. And on the other side, we got Lu Feng versus Loli.
I don't think Wang Lieh has ever fought Wang Lung Wei in a film, right?
No.
Wang Lung Wei.
I haven't seen it.
Wang Lee's only been, I think, 1 or 2 Shaw Brothers movies.
Only a couple
And
of Shaw Brothers movies, right?
he was in 2
Yeah.
Shaw Brothers movies, and I don't think that
Right.
they've never fought. No.
No.
Yeah,
no.
and one of those fights was against the Fearless Hyena, right? And Kid from Kwangtung.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. Actually, I think it was the Guru. Shout out to the Guru for sending me that. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. He sent me that movie, and I watched it. It's not that good.
No, it's not.
It's all right. You know.
It's got a couple cool fights, but it's not that good otherwise.
Yeah, it's not that good. But I appreciate you for sending that to me, man. Thanks a lot. Okay. So what are you all thinking on our left? Huang Lieh versus Johnny Wang Lung Wei. Who you got? As we say on our channel.
Mm-hmm.
You got you said Johnny Wang Lung Wei? Woo.
Johnny Wang.
Woo.
Half stunt, half man, said Johnny.
Going a long way.
I'm thinking about what Dan said. It's not just a skill; it's also a villain, right?
Yeah, the villain.
And when I'm thinking of villain, I'm saying to myself, man, Marco Polo, how brutal was Wang Lung Wei in those fights, right? In the beginning, he didn't hesitate to break bones or you know. As a matter of fact, didn't Wang Lung Wei fight against Alexander Liu's master in Shaolin versus Lama, the one that taught Chang Chang?
No.
Isn't
No.
that what you know who I'm talking about, right? The guy that taught that taught the guy that turned evil in Shaolin versus Lama, the monk.
Yes.
Oh,
If you look,
the drunk monk.
yeah, if you look at him, you'll notice that the guy that fought in the beginning of Marco Polo, Shaw Brothers, is that same guy.
Oh, okay. Now I see where you're going. Now I see where you're going.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. So where are we at here, people? What are we saying?
So with the chat, oh yeah, with everyone else.
Go ahead, DK.
Oh yeah, I was saying with the chat, it's Huang Lieh for the most part. What about the panel here?
I'm going Wang Lieh.
I'm going Wang Lung Wei.
Oh man. It's like which is your favorite dog, you know? You got 2 dogs in the house, you love both of them. You're like, which one's your favorite? All right. I'm gonna be controversial as heck. You ready? I'm going Johnny Wang Lung Wei.
Really?
I'm gonna tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you why. I think that Huang Lieh is a 2-trick pony. Right? He's Eagle Claw in every movie, no matter what you call it. In one movie, he calls it Devil's Claw. In another movie, he calls it Dragon's Claw. But in the end, it's just Eagle's Claw. And he's Taekwondo kicking in every movie. He does the same 4 kicks, right? He does the same 4 kicks in every movie. And I think he's a 2-trick pony. I feel that Johnny Wang Lung Wei is incredibly versatile. I think he's incredibly versatile.
1,000%.
He's doing different things in different movies. And even when you take him out of a Shaw Brothers movie, he's still thriving.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. I know what Huang Lieh means to the fans. And I know that I'm willing to guess that a lot of people probably think he's going to win this thing all out. I'm just speaking for myself. Personally, to me, he doesn't win this tournament. I have in my mind who I think is going to win. I still haven't said it yet. But on this side of the bracket, between these two, I just think that Johnny Wang Lung Wei is a lot more versatile to me, just for my opinion. But what all are you saying? What are you thinking? Hidden Master. Hidden Master, what you got?
I definitely agree. He's not only done a lot more iconic roles. It's just like I said, the presence. Even though Wang Lee has that bad guy serious role, the good thing I like about Wang Wei is you don't know what's going on. You know, he could be he's so stoked. You know, and I love those type of bad guys. So
Right.
to me, Wang Wei, Johnny Wang.
You know something else? He's so dope that in some movies they don't even ask him to fight. That's what a villain he is. He doesn't fight in Five Deadly Venoms.
But yeah, he doesn't find 5 deadly venoms at all.
But he's such a great villain that he doesn't even have to fight in that movie. He does not fight in Invincible Shaolin until the last 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, for that movie, he's just instigating.
Yeah, in help me, Shaolin and Wu-Tang. This movie, if you know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah, Shaolin versus Wu-Tang. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again,
when he sent his sister to prison to learn the style.
He's not fighting. He's not fighting in that movie to the end. He's learning the technique, but he don't fight. I mean, I don't know. I think that's a tribute to how great he is. They like, we trust you without even the martial arts of it. We know you're great. At least that's the way I look at it. So that's just my opinion, but I don't want to overtalk. What are you guys thinking? Hold up. Hey.
All right, Dan.
Hey, can I ask you a
Wang
question?
Long Way. To kill a mastermind.
And can I tell you something? Dan? Hey man, that movie's on sale on Amazon for like $14. And I'm
Did you get it? Did you get it?
No.
What are you waiting on?
Because
that's on you. That's your fault.
No. If something's that cheap, I'm thinking something's wrong with it. Is it good?
They got a sale. They got a sale on certain titles.
Is this movie good? Because I haven't seen this one before. Is it good?
It's like Five Deadly Venoms.
It's really good.
If you like Venoms, you like.
Okay, I didn't word the question properly. Let me word the question again. If I hate it, because you live in East Chicago, so you live near me. If I hate it, you buying me dinner?
Yeah. I'll buy you dinner, bro. Hey,
I'm joking, bro.
as long as you give him an honest answer, OG.
I'm kidding. You know what? Since you said it, after this stream, I'm gonna order it. Okay, I'm gonna order.
Is it the best movie ever? No, but it's got some cold scenes and badass weapons. And you like
Who's
good
the
fights
hero?
and badass weapons. And the same director is Avenging Eagle.
Who's the hero? Who's the hero character?
I'm trying to think of his name because the only major characters in here that I know are Wang Long Wei and Yem Hua. But
Yun Hua's in this? Really?
Yeah, Yem Hua plays. He's got the little the thing when he has
you talking about Seven Little Fortunes, Yun Hua?
Yes, Yem Hua. Yes, because he was being versatile where he would do Shaw Brothers and Golden Harvest.
Wow, bro! I can't wait till we do a Heroes. We're gonna do, but for the Heroes one, it's got to be like done over like 2 weeks. We got to
you can't do the Heroes in one shot. The Heroes got to be at least 2 parts,
and it's got to be 64. It can't be 32. It can't be 32. It's got to be 64.
Yeah, right now, To Kill a Mastermind is going for $20 on Amazon, but in DVD, but $30
on Blu-ray.
Blu-ray.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, good to know. All right, I'm gonna check it out. Okay, all right. So I got Johnny Wang Long Wei. What do you all have?
Wang Long Wei.
Okay, Wang Long Wei. Johnny Wang. Danny. DK.
I picked Huang Lieh, but wait, Tony, what did you pick? You picked.
I picked Wang Long Wei.
Okay, and then Quasi.
I went Wang Lieh.
Okay. This is probably the closest one for this final round, but looks like Huang Lieh is taking it.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool.
I will say this.
That's respect. That's respect right there.
No, that's respect.
That means,
of course. That means we all think highly of Johnny Wang Long Wei. That's cool. I accept that.
I think Johnny Wang Long Wei is probably more versatile as a fighter, but as a villain, yeah, I can see Huang Lieh taking this.
Yeah, because Johnny Wang Long Wei is a choreographer. He's a director. You know, he's got it all. And not to mention, like you said, OG, he's not just on one style and one kicking style and one, Eagle's Claw. He does it all.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gone to different studios because he was amazing in what was it one with him and Sammo and the guy from the cat guy from
shoot.
Two Toothless Tigers. That was a horrible movie, but he's got some badass fights in it. How about Two on the Road with him?
On the road.
It's on the road. Yeah.
Come on. I mean,
just keep in mind though, Wang Lieh did direct some movies as well. Plus he did
Hitman Had a Buddha. He's done. He's directed.
He's not a scrub on that side too. He's not.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying it's a good.
Right.
It's a real good
I love what
comparison.
he did.
I'm gonna argue for
I love
both.
what Wang
Right.
he did in Down to the Drunken Matches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that wine fight was
did
incredible.
that
Yeah.
with the way he moves that drunken matches.
Yeah.
Nothing like it.
Actually, now that you, in fact, now that you said that, Hidden Master, you just made me think of something. I will say one thing that's a little bit better for Huang Lieh, and it's maybe I think it's gonna sway my vote now, is that I can think of 3 movies that he was in where the choreography was like you just watch it, you just go, Dance of the Drunk Mantis, the wine scene in Hitman in the Hand of Buddha, where he's fighting the snake guy, and the snake guy is like inviting him to dinner, and they have a fight. That's a dope scene. And DK, what's the movie where he fights Hoi Sang Lee, Mang Hoi? He fights Mang Hoi, and is it Buddha? Is it Buddha? It's not Buddha.
The Buddha Assassinator?
Buddha Assassinator. Yeah.
Buddha Assassinator.
Yeah, there's some great fight choreography in that movie too, where he's fighting. Actually, he's fighting. Is it Chu Tit Wo? No, he's fighting someone. I can't remember his name, but there's a great fight between him and an old guy, and I love that fight. So he does have. Oh man, now you're making me think. Oh my God, Hidden Master, you just made me think. Also, the fight between him and Mang Hoi in Hell's Wind Staff.
Shin Yut Sang.
Shin Yut Sang. That's a great fight between and Hell's Wind Staff. He's fighting with a pole, and Mang Hoi is fighting with like a oar, like a boat oar, and they're going back. That was I'm thinking of a bunch of stuff now. All right, I changed my vote. I'm gonna go. Damn. I'm gonna go Wang Lieh. I think look, someone's booing. Who booing me?
Half
Stunt man booing me. Don't be
You ever watch
booing me.
you ever watch the beginning of Executioners of Shaolin when they capture Master Killer, Gordon Liu? Remember when they just burned the temple?
In what movie?
Executioners of Shaolin, when they met up with Chen Quan Tai and Gordon Liu.
Yeah, he sacrificed himself.
Before he sacrificed himself, they showed the guy that was the shrimp and the crab.
Yes.
The crab.
Yes.
I forget his name.
And
he looked at him and he says, "You are a traitor."
He just pulled that one out of nowhere. That's fantastic.
Because you changed your mind.
That's true. I did. I'm so sorry. I apologize. Okay. All right. So this is it, right? We don't even need to change. We need to change the screen. We got on the other side, we have Liu Feng versus Lo Lieh. What do you all say?
I don't see anything on the screen.
Yeah, you got to change your screen.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I got DK up. My bad. There we go. So on the other side here, we have Liu Feng versus Lo Lieh. What do you all say?
Liu Feng.
I say Liu Feng too.
So do I, Liu Feng.
I mean, he's got it all. Weapons. He's acrobatic. Yeah, he's got it all. The menace, the menacing look, the charisma, the weapons mastery is high. Again, he's acrobatic.
Absolutely talented.
Yeah, he's like the whole package to me. He is. What are we saying?
I'm saying Liu Feng. Chat is looking mixed. There's
half man says stop lying. Low lying. He out of here.
Looks like more are going for Liu Feng.
Yeah, I see a lot.
How about Dan the Man?
What you got, Dan?
Liu Feng.
I'm gonna go just because of the sheer martial arts techniques and the weapons and everything he brings to the table. And it looks like everybody's saying with his menacing face and his badass pissed off look all the time, Liu Feng.
Quasi, what you got?
Yeah, this one was harder. As much as I love Pai Mei, Liu Feng. I'm going Liu Feng. Yeah.
Okay. Well, here it is. Here we are. This is it. Just put your imaginary X through Johnny Wang Lung Wei and your X through Lo Lieh, and it comes down to these two characters. We have Huang Lieh versus Lu Feng. What do you have? What do you all say?
Poison Cloud rocks the world. It's far.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I said Poison Cloud rocks the world. It's far.
Hey, Poison Clan rocks the world. I love it.
Fucking Clan
I
rocks the
freaking
world.
love it. All right. What'd you say, Quasi?
I'm going Wang Li on this one. As much as I love Lu Fang and as much as I love his skill, Wang Li, as far as his, in addition to his kung fu mastery, the fact that we're talking complete packages, he's directed, he's been in movies, he's responsible for a lot of dope choreography. So Wang Li is going to get the little bit of extra nod for me.
Okay, so that's 1-1 right here.
Yep.
All right. Dan de Blasio, what do you say?
I mean, I already told you guys I have my top two in the same column, right?
Yep.
Wang Lee.
Wang Lee.
Okay.
Okay. So 2-1 for Wang Lee.
Yeah.
Tony, what you got?
Lu Feng.
Oh my God.
Shaw Brothers.
2-2.
Yeah, now it's getting interesting. Yeah, all right. It's getting
Shaw
interesting
Brothers
now.
were the first films that I
2-2,
ever
right?
watched in my life, and I just love those films so much. So
that's 2-2.
Tie
Yeah.
ball game.
not that I have the utmost respect for Huang Lee. I think he's one of the greatest ever, but I picked Lu Feng for this one.
Okay. That's 2-2.
Tie
All right.
game.
DK, what you got?
I'm probably gonna go with Lu Feng. I mean, the feet and the claws are there for Huang Li, but like Lu Feng can do that and then some. I'm sorry. Like his best villain role for me was Invincible Armor, but for that one role, Lu Feng's got like several more in the Shaw Brothers movies. We got to go through chat because this is gonna be tough.
I mean, maybe.
Okay.
Y'all keep talking.
Half stunt, half man. Putting his vote down. Dad, what did you say?
Yeah, Lone Wolf OG. What's your vote?
Oh,
Are you still trying to mull it over?
he's keeping us in suspense.
He might change it, so watch out.
What you trying to say? What you trying to say?
You are a
You
traitor.
calling me a flip flopper? Oh no!
You are a traitor.
I'm not a flip flopper. Oh man!
If you lose, you'll be backwards from here. But if we win, we will lead the Martial World.
Man, look. My personal. Okay, damn. Let me. I sound like a politician. Let me say this, my constituents. I would like to say that I think I'm talking like Minister Farrakhan. I think my people that some people say that Huang Li has got all the fists, the kicks, and the evils, but then on the other side, the Fang of it all, the Lu Fang of it all. I have to say, no, I'm joking. I'm actually gonna go with Lu Fang. I'm gonna go with Lu Fang. And the reason why, even though I've seen Wang Long Wei. I've seen Wang Long Wei do weapons. I look and I say, there's no way that he could beat him in a fight. Like,
No,
I don't think his mastery is on the same level. Personally,
you talk about Huang Lee.
I don't think that Wang Li and Lu Feng are in this. I think when it comes to weapons, and I have never seen him do a single backflip I've never seen him. Have you? Has anyone? I've never seen him do a backflip ever in a movie.
He's not an acrobat.
He's not an acrobat. Yeah. And so for that reason, I think I have to give. Yeah, I have to give.
But then again, neither was Bruce Lee. Just saying.
True.
Well, and I'll say this: if we did a heroes tournament, I can tell you right now, Bruce Lee would not win that. From my perspective, I would not put Bruce Lee in. He might make it again. You never know.
He might make it to the first round.
He'll make it through the first round, but I don't know if Bruce Lee. 5 movies, right? And all I'm gonna do is reference Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where he's like, You, stuntman, what are you laughing at? I didn't say anything so funny, so what are you laughing at? I will never forget. They're so funny.
Yeah, but that's
Inaccurate, but
like
funny.
fan
I
fiction
know.
versus what's true. So who knows on that one?
Right.
But yeah,
And
I'm with you
so,
though. I'm with you.
yeah. I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
For me,
Listen, I love acrobats too. I'm just saying you don't need to be a badass martial artist.
I listen. Yeah. I'm gonna tell this is a quick story that I heard. I don't know if this is true. Maybe Hidden Master could say if this is true. So in
half man, I'm looking.
in Kid with the Golden Arm. So for those of you that don't know, the sixth Venom, Wei Pai, right, who played the Snake in Five Deadly Venoms and plays the proud swordsman in Kid with the Golden Arm, he suffers from Tourette syndrome. Okay. So if for those of you that don't know, Tourette syndrome is a neurological disorder that sometimes it affects your speaking and you can like yip and you be like it affects the way your neurons fire when you're trying to talk. And so this is why he didn't appear in more than I think 3 movies with them. He's in Invincible Shaolin, he's in Five Deadly Venoms, and he's in Kid with the Golden Arm. I'm talking about the full 6 Venoms, right? And so Venom's mob. And so during Kid with the Golden Arm, my understanding is, and I got this on good authority, that he had one of the worst attacks of his Tourette's syndrome. And back then, they used to make movies really fast. So they used to try to make these movies quick. And he was slowing down the production because of this attack that he was having. And that Philip Kwok was getting frustrated and wanted him pulled from the movie. That he wanted, what's the kid's name who's in Super Ninja? What's that kid's name?
Michael?
No, the
Ricky
hero.
Chang?
The hero. What's his name?
Oh, Ricky
the hero.
Chang?
Ricky Chen. That he wanted him to replace Wei Pai in this movie because those attacks were affecting production. My understanding is that Liu Feng stood for Wei Pai and said, no, this is our friend. This is our friend. We need to be patient and we need to wait and let him recover from what he's recovering from. And then we can resume shooting. And to me, that is the definition of a friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of pushing Wei Pai to the side and like, yeah, Ricky, let's bring Ricky in from Super Ninjas. Let's bring him in. He said no, and he stood for him. That's what I heard. Now I heard.
Is that why Philip Kwok didn't speak with Liu Fang for a couple of years?
I don't know. No,
that's not why. See, Liu Fang and Philip, they were constantly always in a battle because
bickering.
They did a lot of choreography and they had to come up with their own stuff. They had to
I believe that.
A lot of times they would fight for control.
I believe that.
So when it comes to the Snake, he was known to have mental issues. I never heard anything about Tourette. I did hear that he had like bipolar. He was very moody. He was very. A lot of people didn't like to work with him because he was so moody, and that's what made it difficult.
I got the
Tourette,
score.
but moody he was, and it was difficult to work with him. I never asked Wong about that at all. I just know personally about him and Philip because I talked to Philip too, and he was the one who told me that there was a lot of issues when it came to him and the father. They went for a long time without talking, years without talking, even in their older age, and then they kind of like bite on old stuff, and they came together way later on. So now they are communicating. But before there was a lot of issues, especially with control. Who's gonna be lead choreographer? Who's gonna take over this? Who's gonna
right?
When guys get together, there's a lot of testosterone and who's gonna be the big guy.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. All that testosterone fighting for control. No, I believe that sounds more reasonable. I can believe that. I don't know the guy, so I can't speak for it, but Danny, because you're my son is studying to be a speech pathologist, and I happen to know this just from because I have a friend who is a speech pathologist who said that people who suffer from Tourette syndrome often are moody, and because they're so frustrated, with the disease because they don't have any real control over their own body. Yeah, and so it's possible, but for me, I choose Lu Feng as my winner. What's the tally, DK? What you got?
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 votes for Huang Lieh. Quasi, Dan de Blasio, H. Rich, The Guru, Hazuo, and Seiza. They all say Huang Lieh. For Lu Feng, 9 votes. Jade Hidden Master, Tony, myself, Half Stunt, Half Man, Furious Styles, You Dead, Bobby, Mario Hall, and Bernard all say Lu Feng.
And your winner of the Lone Wolf and Cub first villains tournament is Lu Feng, the greatest villain of all time.
GG added, so now it's 10-6.
That's awesome, guys.
Villain of all time.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
I'm not mad at that. That's cool.
I'll take it. Hey, you know what? Either way, we could go wrong. Either way, we couldn't go wrong.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at that.
True.
Listen. This was fantastic. This was fantastic. I know we had a few little it's probably not the ideal way to do this with having to go back and forth to Canva and everything. But look, I gotta tell you all, it's kind of like what I say being a college professor is like. It's not just the material. It's who's teaching the material. It's the way they teach it. It's their style. It's if they can insert, like I do, and I insert jokes and all this kind of stuff. The same way I feel about you all. It's not just this content. It's that you guys were here and the way in which you guys made your arguments and you fought for who you fought for, and everybody was having fun and respectfully agreeing. And I gotta just tell you from the bottom of my heart, thank you all. I salute all of you. I think this was absolutely fantastic. I had a blast, and I truly, truly appreciate you all for taking the time. This was not easy. We've been on air. We've been online for 4 hours, right? No, 3.5.
3 hours.
Right? That's not easy. And especially again on a Saturday that you all took the time to be here. I truly, truly appreciate you. I'm going to give you all your flowers. I'm going to be reaching out to you all individually. I'm going to do personalized caricatures of each one of you, if you will allow me to. So I'll need to take your pictures, and I'll all right, and I'm gonna draw them for you and make you all look good. I'll put you all in different kung fu poses and whatnot and everything. But listen, you guys are the salt of the earth. I truly, truly appreciate each and every one of you, and I thank you all. I want to give a quick shout out to all those in the chat who was here for us, who supported us, who kept this thing going, who kept the conversation going on that side of it. So shout out to Furious Styles, Half Stunt Man, GG, my man H. Rich, Cesar from Brazil, even though you betrayed me with the low light pick, with your Karada pick. Let's see.
Furious Styles,
Hazuo, my man Hazuo, Bernard Green in the building. We had, I think, the Guru, Bobby Coltrane, Mario Hall. Goodness, there's so many of y'all. Half Stunt, Half Man, Bobby Coltrane. I love saying that name. Sound like a old school 60s singer. Bobby!
Yeah.
Jax when he was here.
Yeah, it was just so many. And if I didn't say your name, I do apologize. I know it was a lot of you in the chat. Thank you all so much. This means so much to me. I had a freaking ball. How about you all?
Oh, we had a
Great.
blast.
Hey,
We
give
had a
it
It was
up.
blast.
Give
amazing.
it
It
up
was
for
amazing.
yourselves.
Thank you.
Please give it up for yourselves. Thank you so much. And I'm gonna give you all the opportunity now to shout out anything where people can find you. Give it up. Giving you your flowers and giving you opportunity to pub yourself so that other people can follow you in your own personal spaces. So we'll start off with Tony. Where you at?
Well, I'm on YouTube. I just finished telling you about the new cameras that I have here in my setup in my billiard room.
Yes,
I
sir.
think I had the overhead one there and that one there, and obviously this is my pool table over here.
For those of you that don't know, my man Tony is a world champion pool player. He's not some little schmuck off the street. He's been on the set of like Daredevil and Boardwalk Empire and The Punisher, and he's like, teaching them how to play pool if that's part of their
Mhm.
show. He is the go-to man for billiards
TV
lessons.
and films, yeah.
Go ahead, keep going. My bad.
Yeah, no, it's for TV and films. I also do private events, corporate events, private lessons here in Miami. So that's my thing. That's what I do, and and I'm a lover of martial arts. So I was fortunate to have met you all, and I can't thank each and every one of you enough to for the opportunity to be a part of this today.
Thank you for being here. Thank you.
Thanks.
Dan de Blasio, talk to us. Where can people
Man, I'm
find
just
you?
so happy to be here with y'all. I got to thank OG and DK, as part of this community for allowing me to come on here and show my face and give my, my point of view to these films that I love. And, where else can I go and do this? I'm just so happy and thankful that you guys have given me this opportunity. And I couldn't be happier. So I can't wait till the next one. Bring it on.
Okay, nice. Thanks. Thank you for being here, man. We appreciate you.
Thanks, man.
The Hidden Master. Tell people where they can find you.
Well, I'm Mystica Jade, the Hidden Master, and I host a show every Sunday at 7:30 called Kung Fu Sunday. Show different films, so if you're interested in watching a film live with us and a whole bunch of other fans, join us. So Facebook Live,
Absolutely. Y'all heard it. Facebook Live. Sundays. What time? Sunday at what time?
7:30 Central.
7:30 p.m.
And is that the name of your
That's
channel, The Hidden Master?
No, it's gonna be under Mystica Jade. That's
What
my
was it?
page.
Mystica Jade.
Mystica Jade.
Mystica Jade. Okay, thank you. So nice meeting you, Mystica Jade.
Nice meeting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice meeting
Thank you so much for being here. I'm so honored to have met you. I owe Seafood Quasi everything for introducing us. I can't wait to have you back on the channel. Thank you. Your contribution
Thank you.
was
Yes, thank you.
amazing, and I truly appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. All right, and of course, my brother from another mother, Seafood Quasi. Tell people where they can find you.
What's up, guys? No, thanks for having me. This was really big, guys. I really appreciate you letting me be on this panel, learning from you guys. It's really cool because, like I said, I'm not as I don't have as much in-depth knowledge on the films and the actors, and always being in this whole with this format, I get to learn a thing or two. So yeah, you can check me out. I've got a YouTube channel. It's called Kung Fu Chronicles. That's KUNGFU _Chronicles, K with the KHRONICLES.
Yes, sir.
They do a whole lot of stuff there, interviews, tutorials, and so check us out. But
Tell
yeah,
us-
I'm looking
tell them
forward to the
about
next.
Tell them about your upcoming video.
So I got a few good views coming out. If anybody knows about in the martial arts world, a guy named Jeff Chan, he's got a big YouTube channel called MMA Shredded. He goes out to different schools and just basically spars with different people. So I got an interview coming up with him next. But if you go check out the channel, just as far as Kung Fu martial arts, I've talked to people like Cynthia Rothrock, Don the Dragon Wilson, all those guys. I got all those interviews up on the channel. You can check those out. Looking forward to mixing it up with you guys again, though. Love to do this again. I'm looking forward to us doing like a best fights. I know you guys are going to do the best.
I was thinking about doing that. That we should do another tournament, and we should
that's
do
gonna be fun.
best fights.
Yes,
best fight
Yes,
scene.
wow.
best
Yeah.
martial arts fights. That's
sir.
the one I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, that'll be lit. That'll be
Heroes
lit.
will be dope too, but best fights is going to be what we can really get down. It's going to be a lot more subjective. People are going to really go crazy on that, I think.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. But DK, you ain't think I forgot about you, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Go ahead, son. Let them know.
So yeah, I'm here.
You just in college.
I'm just in college. I'm knee deep in finals, but I'm glad I had the opportunity to talk to you all. Jay, to meet you for the first time, and also to talk with everybody else. Because I know it's been a while since the last tournament, but yeah, it was nice catching up with you guys again. Really enjoyed this tournament. Loved seeing how engaged everybody was. It was awesome to see like how civil and friendly we could keep the discourse. So yeah, I'm really here for all of that. It's awesome seeing how everyone engaged today. I'm glad that I could be a part of it. Thanks everybody.
And thank you so much, son. I know you're in the middle of finals and wrapping up school this week or
Yeah.
next week, and so I appreciate you taking the time, son. That's no excuse. You still got to bring home A's, so don't make no excuse. Dad, I was with you. I should have been studying. Nope. So, but I have no doubt that you're gonna do well and make us all proud. I'm so proud of you. I love you. Thank you so much for being here and taking the time. I'll call you tomorrow morning. I want you to go ahead and get back to your books. All right.
Yeah. Love you too, Dad.
All right, son. I'll talk to you.
Talk to you later.
All right.
Thanks everybody. Take care.
Thanks, DK.
Hey, son.
All right, thanks, DK.
So once again, just to remind you all that the winner of the tournament was Liu Feng. According to us, he's the greatest villain of all time. Again, this is OG Ant. I want to thank you all for being here and taking the time. And hey, listen, we're gonna see you all on the next one. We love you. Peace. Hair grease. We out.